Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the day 2 of the match between Surya Ganguly and Sam Shankland. It's the Venceslav Rutar scoring system here that we are testing out. It's a new format and it is very, very exciting. Just so that you know, Surya Ganguly had a huge lead today, 17 points to 2. And right now, we are going to see much more action happening today. As you can see here, this is the new format. If you win, you get 5 points. If you draw with equal material, it's 2 points aside. If you draw with higher material, you get the favored draw with 3. The disfavored draw is with 1 point if you have lower material, and the loss has 0. The players are fighting for a prize fund of $5,000, and this match has been sponsored by Venceslav Rutar, who is a PhD scientist and has contributed to many fields and has this format that he came up with and he wanted to test it out. And so this is how we all have come together. We have Surya Ganguly and Sam Shankland ready to go, and let's start this game right now. We have game number 5 that is about to begin. D4 by Sam, D5 by Surya, and C4, E6, Knight to F3 today, played by Samuel Shankland. Guys, you have to take care of all the drawish lines here. And after Knight F6, G3, Bishop B4 check. He goes Bishop to D2, blocking. And now he goes back, Bishop E7 and Bishop G2 is played here. So we have the Catalan system here on the board, and castles has been played by Shankland. And a warm welcome to everyone in the chat, guys. A pleasure to have you all here. I hope you're doing well. Let's see how this game develops. And there we have a few. Hello, hello. Himang Ghosh says rooting for favored and disfavored draws today. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so Knight BD7 played by Surya Ganguly. He's just developed all his pieces. His bishop on C8 needs to find a way into the game. Let's see what Sam does here. Queen C2 is the logical move. And now Surya can go C6. Yes, he plays his pawn up to C6. And white generally puts his bishop out here, gets the rook to the center, and then knight comes to C3 or D2. This is all standard stuff. Adik Lenin says, what is this variant? Adik, the variant has a lot to do with the scoring system rather than just the position is the same, moves are the same, but it's just that here, if a game ends in a draw, we are going to count the material that is left on the board. So imagine that there's a pawn endgame, which is a theoretical draw, but one side has an extra pawn, then that side gets 3 points, and the side which has no material, lower material, gets 1 point. So actually it's a difference of 2. And today Surya has a massive 15-point lead going in here. A4, A5 is played. This does weaken the B4 square a bit, but Rook C1 played by Shankland, and Knight to E4 by Surya. The bishop drops back, and now the bishop goes to D6. Now Surya's strategy in this entire match has been to play quickly, as much as possible, not to use too much of his time. That's how he has overall used his time before. And Knight C3 played here by Shankland, challenging the knight on E4, and Surya goes F5 on the board. Wow. OG Sigma says rooting for Ganguly. Yes, a lot of Indians are rooting for Surya. Siddharth Pandey says, what a crazy scoring. True, true. This scoring system is just being tested out here through this match. And if it works out well, who knows, we might see more games. And the basis of this scoring system is very simple. As Venceslav Rutar, who's the founder of this system, says, draws are not the problem. The problem is how they are scored. So that is his logic behind this entire thing. And we will see if scoring the draws in different way gives us more excitement in chess. And let's keep an eye here. Okay, so knight a2 played here. The idea was to go b4. Surya stopped it with queen e7. He's now kept full control. Rook b1 once again, creating the idea of b4 and knight d f6. Now, will he go b4 is the question. Well, he does go b4, pawn takes, knight takes, and now comes the move, very interesting move, f4. So Surya Ganguly going all out on the attack against Sam Shankland here. This is very, very interesting and exciting now. Will Surya manage to get to Sam's king, or will Sam's queenside play become the decisive factor here? That is the question. And we have Himang, who says the rook versus bishop and 3 pawns ending was crazy yesterday. So many beautiful ideas in that endgame. True, true. Kshitij Raval, welcome. Dubbing Clon says, is Catalan a good opening for a win? Yes, definitely. It has been played by some of the best players in the world, including Magnus Carlsen. So after b4, AB, knight b4, f4, knight d3 has been played. Just looking at this pawn and also looking at the central square, I like how Samuel Shankland has played this. He just needs to keep his cool today and to convert the winning chances that he got yesterday. Yesterday he was kind of out of his touch, out of his element, but if he's able to do that, that would be something. Now he takes here, Surya, hg3, and the knight jumps to g4. So Surya Ganguly is essentially saying to Samuel Shankland that, look, my knights are very dangerously positioned and my rook is open here, my bishop is looking here. This can be a very strong attack. But now Shankland can plonk one of his knights in the center like this, trying to exchange the knight on g4. It is an interesting moment here in the game that we have reached. Kshitij says, hi Sagar bhai, want your thoughts on Venceslav Rutar scoring. Just counting the material to decide the points, is it enough? It may be possible that opponent might have positional advantage. True, Kshitij, but then, if the opponent has positional advantage, he shouldn't agree to a draw. He should continue playing. That's the logic. You don't want to just agree to a draw, and if you don't have the positional advantage, then the game might end in a draw then. And if you have less material, well, so you have to plan well from the future. e3 is played here by Shankland. The engine does not like this move at all after e3, because it feels like this point here has been slightly softened up. It was preferring for a knight to jump onto e5, but e3 has been played. We have a question here by Dubbing Clown who says, asking, I play Catalan, I'm 16 years old, 1450 FIDE. Is it possible or is it too late? No, come on, there's nothing like too late. You can do it. Of course you can do it. Let's go. Now Surya taking his time, because one of the ideas that Ganguly has in this position is a very interesting queen switch from f6 to h6, and the queen would be looking at the h2 square. Also, the a4 pawn is under some pressure, so I'm assuming that Shankland will play a5, and Surya has played his queen to f6 here. Very interesting move. He's played it there. And let's see if I'm able to do something interesting here, which is that I want to get the times on the screen, because the clocks are somehow not so synced up. Let's see if I can get it here. Okay. We have few more questions here. Naveen Kumar Wadla. Hello, Naveen Kumar. Uncle Mondal says, can you explain the rules once more? Uncle, it's basically a best of 8 match, 8 games. And Surya is leading 17-2 after 4 games yesterday. 4 more will be played today. The scoring system is essentially here that Surya has the winner gets 5 points. Just trying to set up the clock here. And the loser gets 0, right? So that's very simple. But the other point here is that draws are not given equal points. Only if the material is equal at the time of the draw, then both players get 2 points. But if the material is uneven, then the side which has more material will get 3 points, and the side which has less material will get 1 point. That is how the scoring system has been built up. So it's a very interesting format here that has been built. Okay, let's now see if we can get the clocks on the screen. There we have it. We have the clocks. So the moves that have been played here are queen f6, a5, as we said, fixing the pawn. But this is a mistake that Sam has made. Very big mistake. Because queen h6, very good move by Surya. Angling at the h2 square, threatening to sack here. Okay, now the game is getting very exciting. And queen e2 played by Shankland. So my question to you here, dear friends, in the chat. Venceslav says Sam needs 3 wins today, which is not at all easy. I think he might just lose this one because he's already in a losing position, guys. Tell me, does rook takes f3 work? And Surya now using all the time on the clock because let's calculate. Rook takes f3. You can take with the bishop or you can take with the queen. Taking with the bishop is a mistake because after queen h2, king f1 only move, there is a killing blow in the position. Very tough to spot. Very tough to spot. But I want to ask you guys in the chat, can you find it? What is the killer blow here? Black to play. Rakshit says games are not getting automatically updated. Rakshit, there is a small lag somehow of 2 moves. Oh, he sacks on f3. He takes it. Guys, rook takes f3 is on the board. Samuel Shankland is like, what's happening here? Because now bishop f3, by the way, queen f3 is also possible. This is also a good move. But after king f1, there is a crazy move here that can happen. Wow, what a position. Guys, this is a brilliant moment. I want you to focus. Black to play. Surya had 3 wins yesterday and there was 1 even draw, isn't it? Yes, Nilesh Sinha, you got the maths right there. 5 points for 3 wins, and so 5 into 3, 15, and 1 even draw, so 17. Let's see if the move rook takes f3 is on the board. Sam Shankland hasn't taken. Now queen takes f3. I want you to tell me what is the unbelievable move here that black can play. Purely chess says queen h3. But no, that's not a good move. Satyam Jha sends a super chat. I'm 1850 blitz. Chess.com confused by the way, Ramesh calculation course versus Sam Shankland calculation course versus Russian school book 1A, 1B. I feel improving my calculation skill can help me cross 2000 and more. Can you recommend? Okay, interesting. I think all these materials are very good. Maybe you can start off, maybe Shankland's calculation one might be slightly easier than Ramesh's. I don't know, because in Ramesh's course it's very in depth. So maybe you can start with Shankland, and if you like it, then go to Ramesh's one. Could be an idea. Yes, Rakshit, you are right. Knight takes f2 and gf2. Classy move. Because after bishop takes f2, there is a... Guys, black to play. What's the move? Come on. Dubbing Clown says how to reassess your chess or pump up your rating. Which one should I start? Maybe if you are around slightly lower level, 1400, 1500, then reassess your chess. If you have like near 2000, then pump up your rating. Yes, Anunad Singh, Kshitij Rawal, well done. Knight d2 check and a fork. You lose the queen. And the thing is, this is such a strong move because now I'm threatening knight takes g3 as well. I mean, that pawn is weak. And if you take here with the knight, then knight g3 and you lose the queen. Whoa, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. That's why you can't take with the queen perhaps. Or you can, because then after ngf2, you don't need to take back this or this, play king e2, but it looks so shaky, so shaky. So rook takes f3 and Samuel Shankland has not made his move. Surya Ganguly is very, very happy with rook takes f3. I can see it on his face. He's like, come on, Sam, play your move. I'm just enjoying myself here. Yeah. And Shankland, bishop f3. We didn't finish this line. Now, guys, black to play. What do you do here? Lux says, what's the difference between IM and GM? Different differences there. Some IMs are good. I mean, something would be missing in their game. Oh, he's taken with the bishop or not? What did he play? Oh, he took with the queen, because here, this was a beautiful move. E5. Defending the knight. And if bishop g4, I have queen h1 mate. So e5 just opening up the bishop here would be very strong. But anyway, now going back. So what happened in the game? Takes, queen takes f3, check, king f1, knight gf2. Shankland did take here. Knight d2 check, king e2, knight f3, bishop f3, and we have reached this position. Surya clearly better, but if he is careless here, careless, and plays bishop d7, he would instantly lose the game. Why? White to play, guys. Yes, Surya was going to win the national championship, but somehow did not win it there. He was so close to winning the national championship, but unfortunately missed it in the last round. Okay, guys. Rook h1 is the correct move. We have so many of you who've answered this. Rook h1. Well done, Logesh, Atharva, Dwaj. So Surya went back, queen h6. Now looking in this direction. Swar says, Silman complete endgame course will help me reach 2000. It will definitely give you a good base for your endgames, I think. More than the rating, it will help you understand endgames well. It's a good book to start endgame training if you have never looked at endgames before. Okay, so queen h6 played by Surya. Sam is now down to 6 minutes 30 seconds. Surya has 9 minutes 24. The move played here is bishop e1. Ooh, I'm doing Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual, says Dubbing Clone. Oh, that's a good book. Check. Is Surya tempted by the favored draw here? If he draws here, he will have 3 points. But of course, I think he's going to go for 5 points. Naveen Kumar says, Sagar, I'm 14 and this month I'm playing below 1600 tournament. Is that late? Well, what's late there, Naveen Kumar? There's nothing late. Just go and have fun. Enjoy your chess. Give your best. It doesn't matter. Rook A1 played by Shankland. Rohan Gore says, I've been doing 1001 chess tactics. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Rohan. Purely Chess says, I'm doing Chessable course by Lamy. Ooh, nice, guys. Well done. Swar Khedekar says, suggest a book for opening. For openings at a level where you don't know too many openings, I would highly recommend Anish Giri's course that we have made. Openings according to a super GM. Very nice one. Covers all the openings in 2 volumes. Okay. Now, Rook A1. How is Surya going to make progress? Let's think about it. This bishop needs to come out. I want to push e5, but right now it's well controlled. He goes bishop d7. Just calmly develops. Calmly. Is there going to be a twist in the tail here? But I think Surya's next move is very straightforward. He's going to go rook f8 and he's going to put pressure down the f file. Chronicles of Lo-Fi says, please suggest a wooden chessboard for beginner. Chronicles of Lo-Fi, a good website is Chess Bazaar. It's a good one where you can get good wooden chess sets of differing range. Lux says, I'm 21. I always wanted to go further in chess, but due to academics, I was unable to do earlier. Can I start now? Guys, there is no wrong time to start chess. You can start chess at any age. Just give your best. Don't try to think you'll become a GM or anything of that sort. Just keep improving and then take it from there. I think that's the soundest thing you can do. I'm 23 and never played a FIDE tournament, says Purely Chess, and I still believe I'm going to get a title someday. It could very well be possible. By the way, if you think about this bishop here on d7, its life story will get tremendously enhanced if it goes via e8 to g6 or h5, you know. It would be very strong. Okay, let's wait now, guys. Sam Shankland down to 4 minutes 21 seconds here. Surya Ganguly has 8 minutes 29 seconds and a good position. It does feel like Sam Shankland is a bit rusty, you know. Maybe he's not playing so much. Nice hairstyle, says Saurabh Gharat. Arey bhai, Saurabh bhai. Thank you. Thank you. थोड़े बाल बचे हैं. Sahil Rana also is nice hairstyle. Okay, guys, stop having fun. Okay, the move that was played is rook b1, attacking here, and Surya quickly goes back. Well, he could have taken here on c4, attacking the knight because the rook moved, but instead he goes. Oh, sorry. The moves that were played were, sorry, bishop c5, bishop c7, rook b1. Okay. And now bishop c8. Fine. This is how it went. Rook h1, queen g6. And yeah, this is the position. Himang says, Sagar bhai, your top 3 teams in Olympiad 2024. Himang, that's an easy question, right? India, China, and USA. That's an easy one. But if you ask me top 4 teams, then it gets a bit tricky because the fourth team is not so clear to me. I would put Uzbekistan there, but then Netherlands is not so bad. At the same time, maybe one more team. Norway is always inflated because of Carlsen's rating on board one. So we cannot really, even though they are the fifth or sixth seeds, I don't see them as very dangerous opponents. Sagar bhai, stuck at 1100. Where should I work in this ELO range? Gautam bhai, you have to look at your games because the problems could be anything. Himang says Armenia will most definitely finish top 3. Not sure, Himang bhai. Not sure. Not sure. Azim John Obidov says Uzbekistan for the gold again. Well, they do have Vladimir Kramnik as their coach. A6 played here by Sam, giving up a pawn. Surya takes it. So now, as per the Venceslav Rutar method, White is in big trouble because he is materially down in a big way. Firstly, a queen for a knight and a rook, so there is 1 point deficit there. Secondly, black has 2 extra pawns, so that is another 2 points, so that's 3 points in all. A6, bishop ba6, and now he goes rook h4. Interesting move. Interesting move. And black plays the move a5. Just getting the bishop out here. Very powerful now. So he goes king d2. The bishop comes out to a6. And I think Sam Shankland could resign this game already. This position is bad. Ooh, if Surya wins this game, does the match end or we keep going? That's a good question, Himank. We did not ask maybe our organizer is here, maybe our sponsor. We can ask him. Bishop e2 played, but I think it might be a good idea to keep going. The fact that we have both the players here and it's a new method, we might want to see some interesting games, more games. Can we now chop off this pawn? I think that could be possible, but I love Surya's move. Bishop b5. He just wants to push a4. Aditya Bhopale just joined Sagar bhai. What's this new method? Okay, Aditya, I'll tell you all about it. It's called Venceslav Rutar scoring method. It is developed by Venceslav Rutar, who's a scientist in USA right now. And he said that the problem in chess are not the draws per se. By the way, bishop a5 check is a massive threat here. But the main problem is how they are scored, the way in which draws are scored. So here a win gets you 5 points. A loss is 0. A draw where both sides have equal material when the draw is agreed has, oh, by the way, rook a3, has 2 points each. But if it's a draw where one side has higher material, then that side gets 3 points and the other side gets 1 point. So that's the difference in this method. King takes, he takes with the bishop and resigns here because if bishop d3, then just queen f2 and black is completely winning here. So that is a win for Surya. And we have Sam and Surya joining us here. Guys, very, very interesting game.
Yeah. I'm getting really sick of getting clobbered.
No, this was no. I thought my attack was very vague until you played e3.
Yeah, this was maybe too ambitious. Like I missed this idea to play knight g takes f2, and then
yeah, no. Initially, I did not understand a5 at all, but then I realized you wanted to play queen e2.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe without this knight f2, you're completely fine. But if you don't play e3, I think you're just I did not see what I'm doing exactly.
Maybe
Yeah,
knight
white.
f e5 Surya here could be good, yes or not?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
also
it was work on bishop takes e5.
Yes,
and
bishop
then
e5 d.
queen g5, and I was a little annoyed, but maybe it's nothing.
Got it. Oh my
That's
god.
good.
Maybe the best move is knight e5, but that's
Yeah, I was thinking about that and give this this exchange. Knight g takes f2, bishop b4, and or just bishop takes f2 is good, yeah.
wow.
yeah, bishop f2. But even if you don't play knight e5, like what was my next move? I was unsure. Like what am I doing next?
If I start with a5, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. e3 was just stupid.
Only after e3 I thought I was getting some play because otherwise I just did not see how exactly I'm creating any
Yeah.
play there.
No, this was dumb. Somehow I thought bringing the queen to e2 made sense, but it's just stupid, yeah. Okay,
At
well.
e3 I cannot take on g3 or something. I was very tempted to take on g3, play knight e3, but maybe these are not ideal.
I didn't think so, no.
Yeah, just
No.
queen e2, yeah.
What about Surya if he had taken here with the rook, so with the bishop? What was your plan here?
Wow, I didn't even think this is possible, but some sort of knight move, bishop h3, queen h1.
But
So
Like for example, for example, queen h2 check first
yeah, king
and play
f5.
e5.
E5 is the best move, yes. So
yeah.
I just think this is possible.
you just intuitively
Now with
did it.
bishop takes f3, I just can't move. I mean,
Yeah, bishop f3 I also did not calculate as such because okay, like even if I don't play anything, there is no move.
Right.
yeah, no, this is bad.
Like even bishop d7, rook f8 could work on a good day.
Got it.
But queen f3, if I don't have knight gf2, there is nothing, right?
Right. This is very important.
But why not king e2? I was thinking maybe you'll play king e2.
Yeah, that was maybe
I
the
wanted
best
to go knight
defense.
g4 back here.
Too ugly to look at. I mean, part of it is it's early in the morning and I miscounted the pieces after bishop takes f2.
Yeah.
So I thought I had enough pieces, and then I was about.
You thought that you had two pieces and a rook instead of one piece and a rook.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and somehow I was just miscounting pieces, and then here, like, okay, I should just be lost, and then I don't know why I didn't just make the draw with bishop f2 and save some face, but
Yeah, no, actually, I'm not sure if I would have repeated,
Yeah.
but I knew one thing that you don't want to repeat because then the match is over. So you would want to try something different.
Yeah. Oh well. Boy, do I suck at chess today. So
No, I somehow I feel, like for both of us, evening games are better than morning.
it's okay. No excuses.
Yeah.
I do not make excuses for my failures. Should we play again?
Yes.
Should we keep going? Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah, of course.
the
So
point
Venceslav said we
system-
could.
Of course.
Yeah, we have to play all the games.
Okay, so let's go to the sixth game here, guys. If you can share the link of the game before you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hang
sure.
on. Where is so match?
All games must be played, says Venceslav. $2,000
Yes. All games are played.
are
I
at
need to put some
stake.
points on the board.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys can start
I'll
the
leave
game.
that here.
Yes. Okay, guys, this one. So 2000. The reason why $2,000 are at stake is because the winner gets $2,000. The loser gets $1,000. But the remaining $2,000 are based on the points scored. Got it. So very important to keep it going. Okay, we have the game here. Let's also update our clocks. Okay, so let's also have the names of the players changed. It's Surya who's going to be white here, and Sam is going to be black. So that's a small change here. Let's just have that on the screen. Okay, good. Guys, we have everything set up. Just Okay. So e4, c5, we have the Sicilian, knight f3, d6, d4 takes, knight f6, knight c3, a6. We have the Najdorf on the board right now. And we have a message for Venceslav here from Ritesh Singh, who says, "Thank you from India to Venceslav Rutar for interesting improvement to chess scoring." It's very nice. Mayank Srivastav says, "I'm 15 and I won my school chess tournament with first rank. Please tell me what should I do next." Mayank, just congratulations. Enjoy your victory and begin your work. Try to improve further. H3, G6 played here by by Sam. Surya is white in this game. G4 played here, and now bishop G7, bishop E3, castles, and he played the move bishop G2, knight to C6, and queen E2 has been played here. Queen E2, not the best move by Surya. Guys, there's a tactic here. Can you spot it? Black to play. Very, very important moment in the game. Surya has just made the last move a bit too lightly, it seems to me, because his opponent has a tactical resource, and Sam is thinking here, and rightly so, because there is an opportunity for him to have a tactic. "Hi sir, I won Commonwealth at Sri Lanka," says Akshit. Ooh, Akshit, all the best to you. Did you already win it or you're still playing? महर्षि says, "सागर भाई मॉर्निंग में डेली क्लास होती है चेस टेम्पल में, एंड इफ यस आप स्ट्रीम कर सकते हो?" महर्षि, आई हैव इट ऑन संडेज. प्रवेश, लव फ्रॉम नेपाल. अरे थैंक यू. So right now the winning move here, or you can say the very strong move here that black has, yes, Sparsh Khandelwal has found it, knight e4. And of course the key point is, if you take in any of the ways, then d4 is hanging. And if you play knight c6, I go knight c3, you can take on d8, I can take on e2. Now a very important moment, because if you take on b7, I play rook b8. Now this knight looks trapped, but after knight a5, I have a very important move. I don't know if Sam has seen this move here, but it might be a critical one, because if you play bishop b2, it does not work because of king e2, and my rook will take here. So what's the move here? Prabesh says, "You remember the last time I said this, you told you would come to Pokhara, Nepal, and if things are right, we could have a little time as well. That would be a dream. Since I'm watching you..." Oh, this is happening, guys. Knight takes b7 is on the board. Now, very important moment here. Yes, Satwik Gaming found it. Satwik Gaming, kudos to you. He says knight c3. Now we are at a key moment. Knight b7 is on the board. Can Sam Shankland find the move? Rook b8 is the question. Because if rook b8, king e2, bishop b7, black is better, because after take, yes, he finds rook b8. Now will Surya blunder here with knight a5? Because it looks like the most natural move here, knight a5. But then in comes knight c3. What a move. Because if knight c6, I have rook takes b2, knight e7 check, king h8, and black is better, because black's pieces are simply marvelous. But if you take here, I take here, check and take this piece, and you're completely better in this position, because You are a pawn up. So knight d8. Oh, he plays knight a5. Knight a5 is on the board here, guys. Will Sam Shankland find knight c3? This is an important moment. Might give him his first win. No! No, Sam is not sharp enough in this tournament at all. He missed it. He goes knight d4. But now Surya Ganguly can simply long castle. Creppy says, is there any free chess tournament in Mumbai with prize? Creppy, every fourth Saturday at the Chess Base India Chess Club here at Phoenix Market City, we have the tournament. Prabesh Sagarbai, what's the main merit of playing d4 over e4? I'm 900 rated, confused. And as a blitz, should I stick to Sicilian or switch to Nimzo Indian? Ooh, tough questions, Prabesh. Tough questions. I would highly recommend you to get the opening course of Anish Giri. Here, he really explains all of this very well in his 2 series. It's very difficult for me to give you a recommendation to go e4 or d4, but logic dictates it's a good idea to start with 1 e4 because it's a little more tactical in nature, and at a starting point in your career, if you have e4 sorted, then maybe switching to d4 is easier. But it's all very, very subjective. It depends from player to player. Long castle has been played. Creppy says, please give me location. It's at Phoenix Market City in Kurla, Mumbai. It's a mall. Prabesh says, I cannot buy your courses, so planning to watch your improve your openings wala. Okay, sure. It's also a good idea. Okay, long castle. Guys, do like the stream and let's have more people join in because Surya Ganguly is completely dominating this match. But I think there was a golden opportunity for Shankland here to play knight c3. The point being, if knight b3 here, then a very powerful move. Let's see if you guys are awake and following this. What do you do here? Black to play. Akshit says, what do you think about top 2 black chess defensive opening? Oof. e4, e5 maybe. And maybe e4, c6, Karo Khan. Naveen says, I'm not able to find correct moves of my opponent, but able to calculate some X number of moves. How to improve? Well, a good idea is to have a look at this book. Yes, knight a4. Well done, guys. Aden, Satvik, and Shivansh. Knight a4 attacking here. Okay, going back. So knight a5. He went knight d4, long castles, rook b5, takes, and he took here, king takes, and a3. And here, black played the very nice move h5. So I still feel black has the slightly more pleasant position. But, if the white pawns start rolling here, b4, c4, and so on, it can get dangerous. So I was talking about, Naveen, how to improve. There's this book that I really like. It's called Endgame. This is by Kasparian, right? Sorry, Irving Chernev. I'll tell you. Irving Chernev. Endgame. Brilliant Endgame. No, 160 something. 160. Chessboard Magic. Yeah, Chessboard Magic. Check it out. I think you'll like it. So h5. He went rook d4. Bishop e6. And bishop f3. Now he's threatening to take here because then the rook can no longer take. So takes. Okay. Let's see who's able to outwit the other in this complex endgame. Because playing b4 is something that white really wants to do, but the a3 pawn would be hanging. So he may want to go a4 and then continue that way. Naveen says, I'm doing Jacob Agard's calculation book. That's also very good, Naveen. Just, I hope you are not finding it too tough. Otherwise, it's good. Yes, Prabesh, it's by Praful Zaveri, the chess course. It's for, I would suggest it to the beginners here who are there. It's a very good book to get kind of a comprehensive starter guide. Rook c5. Now, Surya is putting pressure here. Sam is putting pressure on c2. c3 played here by Surya. I do feel that white's position now has a lot of potential. Although it's not so easy to make progress. a5, I like this move. I guess a good move is rook c1 with the idea of b4. And the good point is that a4 is impossible because of rook a4. Prabesh, it is available in Nepal. You can just order it on ChessBase India and we'll deliver it. Rook c1. Sumaya Bhattacharya says, Sumalya says, what's the variant they are playing? It's called the Venceslav Rutar variant. Oh, bishop b3, stopping b4. Nice. But bishop d1, trying to start the pawns, get the pawns rolling. So, Venceslav Rutar is a new scoring method in chess where the winner gets 5 points for each win, loser gets 0. And in case of a draw, here is where the fun begins. In case the material is even at the time of draw, then 2 points per side. By the way, bishop d1 was played, takes. And if a draw is agreed where one side has extra material, that side gets 3 points. At the side which has lesser material, it's called the unfavored draw. They get 1 point. d5 played here by Sam. Okay. Once again, b4 not yet possible. c3 is hanging. So he's already starting to roll his central pawns. e5 and f5 coming up. I believe f4 looks like a very logical move. The only problem I can see with f4 is that the black rook can swing over here and try to enter via h2. Okay, so did f4 happen? No, f4 did not happen. Actually, the game continued with d5. Just going back. Rook e1, e6, rook e3, g5, b4, ab, and now Surya has played ab. Rook 5 c6 is getting exciting. f4. Guys, we might be heading towards a draw, but in these draws now at the end game you have to be very alert, because let's imagine after I take and you give up one of the pawns in order to draw the game in the end game, then you are going to lose serious points there. So right now b4 is on the board, and after rook 5 c6, f4 has been played by Surya. Sam has 7 minutes 10 seconds. Surya has 11 minutes 30 seconds. Ritesh says, Sagar, I always wanted to ask your opinion on this. I felt that chess progress is a combination of not caring much about individual games, but caring a lot about overall career. A paradox. Uh, Maybe the first part is right about not caring too much about individual games. Like maybe you care for it, but you understand that in a long career there are bound to be ups and downs. Uh, Maybe caring a lot about how you are improving is a good way to put it. By the way, rook c4 played by Sam, very good move here, because if you play fg, I'm simply going to take and play rook c4, attacking here and here, and then trying to win this pawn. The only problem I can see here is that after rook b3, rook d4, king e2, maybe rook g4, the b pawn is starting to run, so you have to be very careful, like b6, rook b8, b7, and rook h8 and rook b8. And such positions are very dangerous. They are drawn, but actually here white will struggle because of the fact that he would be, yeah, this is exactly where we are heading. Actually the game has gone here, fg, rook d4, so Sam might get the first favored draw here. Rook d4, king, now king has to move. Let's see. Because guys, remember, even if the game is a draw, the side with more material is going to get 3 points. It's called a favored and unfavored draw. So check, and Surya is thinking, because see, if Surya goes to e3, then after rook g4, he can't push the pawn because of check and he'll lose here. So king e2 makes a lot of sense. He does play king e2. And now Sam can take this pawn. He would happily chomp this pawn. Vidya says, when will we get gift of chess? I'll make a video on it, Vidya. I'll make a video on it. So I don't know what Sam is thinking, but take. Yes. b5. I'm sure Surya is going to push. Yes, this is the live board position now. Surya. Oh, he goes rook c4. Okay, that also makes sense. b6, rook c8, b7, rook b8. So now the interesting part of the match begins and the format. Do you go f6? Let's say f6, take and take. And now we reach a position where black has 2 pawns, although the rook is a little bit passive. And if a draw is agreed here, black gets 3 points. So he didn't go f6, by the way. He played king g6 and king f4 is on the board. And f6, gf, king f6, rook b6 played by Surya Ganguly. Oh, Surya smart. Surya is smart. Wow. Just in time to exchange everything. Yes, Sam has the extra pawn, Anthony, but I don't think he can keep it. Rook b6. And if you play, let's say, king f7, I go king e5. And I'm going to lose this, and it's going to be a draw. Yeah. So king e7, king e5, king d7, rook e6. Here, and now rook d6 and rook d5. Oh, he took here, check, king c4, takes, and we don't get a favored draw here. It's an equal draw.
Did I have
Wow.
a way to favorite draw?
Sorry?
Could I have gotten a favorite draw there? I don't know. Kept
No,
trying to win.
I don't think there was a favored draw. Somehow it seemed like you were very close, but Surya got that pawn back in the end game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I what white can do after knight c3? I was like so scared of this. Like where Sam played knight d4?
Wow, that's the point I was going to ask you about. Knight c3 and
Yeah, knight c3, I just did not see a single move here.
I just missed this completely like an idiot.
No, then
Yeah,
I was regretting. Maybe I should take knight d6. But
Yes.
knight d6, I was not happy
No,
about.
but that's so bad, right? E
Yeah,
takes
e6 rook
d6.
b2, no?
I wanted bishop b2 actually.
Bishop b2 also possible, yeah.
And then just bishop e6, rook fc8, and I thought black is surely slightly better.
Yeah. No, I played knight a5 and then I spotted this knight c3 and I was just struggling to see a single move there.
No, knight d4, I missed it after castle. Knight
King d2,
e2,
yeah? Yeah, king
this
d2.
is
Yes.
So then,
I thought
yeah,
you will play this actually, rook b2. I thought maybe you want to do this.
I thought about it, but I don't think
Yeah,
it's
king
great.
e2, yeah, nothing.
If I want something like this, I should
Oh,
play
sorry, knight c2, not this, not knight e2, knight
knight
c2.
but I didn't think this was great either.
Yeah, knight c2 here.
White's certainly not risking anything.
And now rook b2. But king d3, I thought.
Yeah, bishop d7 and something to c6, and then
Yeah.
okay. And I thought I should not lose, but I'm also definitely not going to win. So,
So knight c3, what is white's move actually?
yeah, I just missed knight c3 completely.
maybe b3.
What b3? I would have never played this move.
But otherwise,
Maybe knight b3. Knight b3, knight a4.
yes,
Yeah?
knight b3, knight a4.
Yeah.
No, I thought I'm dead here. I completely overlooked knight e4. I am playing queen e2 just automatic, and then when Sam paused to think, then I realized that okay, knight e4 is coming.
Yeah.
But it's not the only move. Like, am I not just totally fine as well if I play bishop d7 or something? And
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, then we get a game. Yeah, castle, just a normal position.
It's a bit, yeah. I should play better after knight takes e4.
Yeah.
But somehow in this endgame, I think you both played quite accurately. There was no real chance.
Every time we get rook pawn endgame, I get this thought that Sam wrote a rook pawn endgame book, and I made a rook pawn endgame course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And imagine we playing very bad.
There was no way. Hang on. So let's go forward. Rook c4, b6. This is all fine. Yeah, I was very surprised by king f3.
I mean, what else could I play?
I was expecting king like e3, but
Well, I want to have king g4 in case you play e5. That was the whole point.
but e5 rook b6.
e5 rook b6. I didn't say this.
Yeah, but here the question is, can I get a favorite draw? So if I go king g6, and then instead of after king g4,
how about starting with f6 maybe, or
yeah, maybe this is a better try. Yeah, start with f6.
But rook b6.
No, then fg5. No, then you will get a favorite draw. No, then for sure.
We can't take all the pawns?
No, here I doubt.
Rook d6? Why can't you just take all the pawns?
To rook e7, for example.
b5.
e7, rook e7.
And
I'll never get it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And king j6.
Yeah. And then I get a favorite draw.
No, but
Yeah, so-
f6 maybe I will take.
Yeah.
No, not rook b6. Let's say I take.
Yeah. And
Now maybe you get this favorite draw, yeah? Rook b6 now, then king e5. Yeah, maybe
okay,
this is the way. Maybe this is the way.
is this even going to be a favorite draw though? That's king e3.
d4, king d5.
Yeah, sure. And then yeah, probably is a favorite draw. Yeah.
And yeah, somehow.
No, it's not. Rook b1. What do I do?
Yeah, I'm also thinking now. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna get a favorite draw. And check on b5.
No. Check king c6. King d6, yeah? King e4.
King e4. And yeah, it's just I'm not gonna get a favorite draw here.
Yeah.
Wow. So maybe it's not so easy to make favorite draws after all. We haven't had a single
not at
one
all.
yet.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the big problem is there were 2 games I lost. I would have just made a draw very easily, but the fact that favored draw was there meant that I had to keep pushing, and then Surya won. So it actually has definitely, like, if the whole point of the favored draw is to give more points to the guy who plays better, it hasn't worked exactly the way you'd expected, but it's done its job, because like there were games where I was worse, I could make a draw for sure, but then that would be an unfavored draw, and I tried too hard to get to normal draw, and then Surya won. So I think it's actually sort of working.
Yeah, well, then that's why we have more decisive games, actually, like, because otherwise you
Yeah,
would
for sure.
many more draws.
More
Yes.
decisive games is a good thing too.
True.
Well, I mean, it'd be nice if I won one of them, but yeah. All right, so
2 more to
try
go. Here, 7th game, and Sam will now have the white pieces. So if you can
Okay.
just send us the
Well,
link
we'll paste the link. Yeah.
and then begin. These are some amazing insights that you guys share after the game, and so nice to have you both join in.
So yeah, give the link.
Okay,
Okay, I'll leave the audio.
right. All right. And guys, we have our guest joining in all the way from the US. Let me just make sure. And
Hello, Sagar bhai.
hello, Harshit bhai. Welcome.
How's the day been so far? I was trying to watch some games from my class, and I saw that the first game was
Surya won the first one. So effectively, he took the match.
yes. Wow.
But let me first get you on screen. Wait a second. Let me also get the moves on screen. So 1 second, Harshit bhai.
Yes.
Uh, but you were studying or what?
I'm trying to study.
I can't believe you are studying, Harshit bhai. Okay, there we have it. This time it's Sam who has the white pieces. Surya is black.
Mhm.
So we'll go to here. And let's get Harshit first. But Harshit bhai, 24-4 for Surya Ganguly. That's a huge score.
That's a huge score.
I never
Even
imagined it to be could have been so one-sided.
I mean, in 6 games, Surya hasn't yet lost a single game,
Yeah.
and he's had 3 wins, so he's basically +3, right?
Yes.
Or +4 even. Oh, +4. Wow.
+4.
Yeah, so huge margin, and
Finally, we can see you, Harshit bhai. Oh,
arre.
looking fresh.
Yeah, I have to wake up early in my university for my classes, so new lifestyle.
Yeah, but it's what, 8 a.m. or what there?
No, it's already 10 a.m., so I already awake for some time.
Okay.
And we got some sort of a Catalan, Sagar, by just coming back to this position, and it seems like they're both trying to keep the material equal, as we were discussing yesterday. We don't really want to give away too many
Yeah,
pawns
I
in this.
don't see any gambits happening in the openings here in this system. Yeah, this was played in the first game as well. A4,
Mhm.
A5, and Rook C1. And here, actually, Surya, if I'm not mistaken, had gone Knight E4, Bishop E1, and Bishop D6. This is how it continued, that game. But here he has gone directly Bishop B4. So small improvement, or should I say, not an improvement.
Small change,
Small change.
because I was afraid of the pawn on b4 being a little loose. Let's say take, and queen b3, for example. And whenever you defend it with a move like queen to a5 or queen e7, I might have something like knight
C5.
e1, knight e3. And it becomes a little difficult to support that pawn. What black has in mind, I have a feeling, is some sort of like dc4, knight d5, b5 ideas, or something like, trying to somehow take advantage of the rook on a1 being unprotected.
Right. But Sam has somehow not gone into all this business. He just went knight d2, queen
Okay.
e7, and pushed his pawn to e4. Essentially telling Surya that I'm just playing in the center.
Yeah, I was personally a fan of keeping the position closed with knight b3 and trying to somehow play on the queen side because the bishop on c8 is so bad that I
Yeah.
kind of was more inclined towards playing a closed position.
I think
With
I think this is how the computers also like it.
Mhm. But Sam chooses to play e4. Maybe he thinks that he has to, like, if he gets initiative in the center and very quickly is able to create some chances, then it might work very well for him in this format. And now they're playing for prizes because the match has
Yes.
already been decided.
And right now, Harshit, by the way, moves have been played DE, knight e4, knight e4, queen e4, and now Surya goes c5. And as of now, if the match ends, I think Surya gets the entire bounty of $2,000.
Oh wow, that's
Plus, so that's the 2,000 for the winner. Plus, there is a 2,000 prize fund for the one who scores wins and favored draws. But because there are no favored draws and all wins are by Surya, he gets that entire $2,000. So he walks back with $4,000.
yeah, that's not a bounty, Sagar bhai, that's a jackpot.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, we have coach of the Indian team, Srinath Narayanan, in the chat and says if any opening can help Sam make a comeback, it's the Catalan. Oh, Srinath Narayanan with his Catalan course on
Catalan
Chessable.
plugin.
Yes, plugging it in there. But yes, definitely, he's got a good position now. Harshit Bhai, what would you play? How would you react to this move c5?
Well, like with the pawns being doubled on b7 and b4, it's possible that you just leave the pawns like that, like play something like rook e1 or rook d1, try to like realign your rooks. There's also some merit for considering the move. Yeah, queen e3, I
He
like.
played this in the game.
Yeah, I like it because you're making sure that after cd4, knight d4, knight c5, you're controlling the b3 square, and now your knight is free to like even some like knight f5 jumps are in the air, if
Right.
not now, immediately.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Same position on the board, knight c5. And I
Yeah, and
think,
I mean, actually, knight f. I see a funny line: knight f5, queen c7, knight takes g7, which it would be very bad in this format. King g7, queen g5, and you have you have a draw objectively, but since you've sacrificed a piece for it, in this format, that would give Surya more points. So
yeah, more money,
definitely
more
not good.
points, everything. So, can't go here, Sam.
Yeah. So I'm expecting something like rook d1, rook e1, just trying to bring the rook back from c1 kind of into this game.
Oh, he
Don't
went
think that rook
b3.
is okay. Yeah.
By the way, Harshit, but did you get it? Like, if you have a kind of good position here, or let's say it's
Mm-hmm.
an equal position, no player can actually force a draw in this format, in a way, because
You're
generally
right.
in chess, whenever you have to force a draw, you have to give up something, right? Some material. It's very rare that you can just give check, check, check just like that.
True, true, true.
You have to open some line, give a pawn up, give a piece up, and then it's impossible. So making a quick draw is very tough.
No, definitely. I mean, the only thing that the quick draw that I can recall is the Berlin draw, where with the queen e4, queen d4, the material is actually equal. Like
Yes,
one of the fastest like opening draws, which I kind of remember, where the material is equal.
correct.
Um,
That might be there. You can't there. Even the Venceslav Rutar scoring can't. Then it's a draw there. But we have Srinath here, and he's basically a very objective guy, very deep thinker. So, would love to get his thoughts on this scoring system. Srinath, if you are in and around in the chat, just so that everyone knows what is the scoring like. It is by Venceslav Rutar, who is a scientist and a PhD, and he has developed this method. And a draw has, so a win has 5 points, a favored draw has 3, a
mhm.
disfavored draw has 1, and an equal draw has 2 points. So that's the scoring system.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
the
very
favored and
interesting.
unfavored, Harjit Bhai, is based on material. Whoever has more material gets the favored draw. Whoever has lesser material gets the disfavored draw.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not based on um so in this position, Sagar bhai,
He
white
went
has gotten a very, very big advantage thanks to black's doubled pawns on b7 and b4.
right.
And also, I would say that with this a4 b3 c4 pawn structure, which is obviously very vulnerable to being very weak if the queens get exchanged. But
Mhm.
with the queens on the board and a lot more pieces to defend the b3 pawn, I think white is doing quite well.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And by the way, Harshit Bhai, I have a very strong feeling that Surya will once again escape with a draw here.
Sagar
Yeah.
bhai, I mean, I didn't follow the games so closely today, but I saw yesterday he was so slippery yesterday. He got in two or three like seriously bad positions, but he was very resourceful. And in this format, it's also important that you have a time advantage. And in most of the games, I noticed that Surya was, 1-2 minutes ahead on the clock. So he kind of had that small little barrier, like small little space where he could think in the critical moments where Sam was actually struggling to find that time.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. But so here, Venceslav is saying white would be crazy to play for Berlin draw, the one we were discussing. I'll just show you one position, Harshit, from the previous game to just show you how Surya escaped because he blundered with Queen E2 in the opening
Oh, this has happened in my own game, if I'm not mistaken.
with knight e4.
Knight takes e4. Yeah,
Did
this
this
is
happen?
like I've played this with black.
And then here was a key moment. What should black play here? And Sam missed this moment
Well,
where,
like honestly, rook takes b2 is like a very tempting
but
move,
then King
obviously.
E2, and I
But
think,
then king e2, rook c2, king d3, and black is king d3 and white is fine.
yeah.
Bishop b2, king e2 is possible.
Well, the move here, which
Knight d4?
he
No, that
played
doesn't.
knight d4 in the game, but it
Mhm.
was this stunning move,
Oh my
king
god.
c3.
Yeah, that's really pretty. That's really pretty.
So this was one
Uh,
key moment, and in the previous one, which Surya won, there was one beautiful moment here, which he played e3, which was not a great move, and then in came queen h6, and
yeah,
here
and some sacrifice. Wow. And yeah, this
and
sacrifice
now
is
black to play. Not so easy because there are many checks, many captures, and so on, but it is a very clean move. Kshitij says, I want to understand the problem with 3-1-0 scoring system to prevent draws in bigger tournaments, which might be the reason for development of Venceslav Rutar scoring. Yes, Kshitij, maybe even in this 3-1-0 format, somehow there are plenty of draws, like we saw at the Norway chess, and then they had to do the Armageddon.
yeah. Actually thought that was a cool format, to be very honest. The
Yeah,
Armageddon. And here just I was thinking Queen H5 could be interesting.
it's the best, it's the second best move, but actually here, beautiful move, knight f2.
Wow. I'm not so awake to be so aggressive in the day.
Yes, if bishop f2, knight d2, and if knight f2, knight g3, and very
Very nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So coming back to our main game right now, after queen e3, sorry,
You see
this
some development.
bishop c6 bc6 has been played, and b4 pawn is hanging, right?
Yeah, maybe just take a pawn.
He
Knight
did
takes
take it, and then came knight takes a4. Wow. Tactics in the air. Takes on c6, queen b7. And now the engine thinks this is completely winning for white.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I think I see one idea, like queen f3,
Yeah.
and if knight c5, rook takes knight. If a knight c5, I might just have knight e7 actually, or maybe not.
Whoa, knight e7. What a move. King f8 maybe still keeps.
And just trade the queens and go into an endgame with two passed
Yes,
pawns.
this is winning. This is winning. Very nicely spotted there. But also you could just take and push b4, b5. It was
And
also...
then b4 and then knight e7, Sagar bhai, and you're just winning some material
Oh.
by force.
b4, and if knight d7, you have knight
Knight
e7.
e7,
And the queen is
disco
lost.
dhamaka.
Wow. Okay, so clearly Surya now on the brink of defeat at queen b7, but will he wriggle out of the mess here, or will Sam score his first win of the tournament, which will be a very happy thing for him?
I mean, Sagar bhai, when like all you want sometimes in these kind of match formats when you are losing so much is one win. All
Yes.
it takes is one win, and then even if you lose the match, you kind of have a good taste about it. Like you have a nice memory about it because you finished well.
True.
And queen.
Adhyan Garg says, wouldn't 4 points for a win make more sense? It's a good question. 4 or 5?
Well, I think that 4 points would be a bit too less, considering that in a favored draw you get 2 extra points. So from that perspective, it makes sense that a win gets you more points than 2 favored draws. I think that's the way I look at it, and I would expect. I'm trying to just deduce how Mr. Venceslav came up with this rating system, and that would be my guess.
Got it. Okay, queen b7, and look at Surya there. He's like doing this. Maybe there are some moves that happened. Oh my god, look what happened. He played rook a4. Very nice move. Rook a4, and now guess what the move was played by Shankland here? Maybe for you, Harshit Bhai, and in the entire chat.
Knight d8?
Yes, knight d8. What a move there. And I think this was the moment where Surya did like, wow.
Yeah, tricky.
Very tricky move, attacking the queen, planning to win here the rook. And if you play queen c7,
Yeah, then queen endgame looks really good. Takes, and this looks quite good. Usually with the queen endgames, a passed pawn is very dangerous. Yeah, queen c1 is a very nice move.
Because you stop all checks on the last.
Yeah, queen c1 or queen c3 even I was but queen c3 kind of gives away the a4 pawn. So queen c1 is very accurate.
Let's see how Sam now finishes this off. Yes, we have reached this position after queen d8. And let's see what move he plays now. I think queen c1 is slightly tough, but should be doable. 5 is okay. 6 is too much.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of like that. Like I like that point system.
Adhyan says, I really want Shankland to win this game. Yes, I think everyone wants Sam to at least take home one game.
Yeah.
And that would
also
mean some prize money for him.
Exactly. That would mean quite, I think a win right now is at least a few $100 at this stage. So he definitely wants to, make sure he maximizes his gains from this tournament.
True.
But Sagar bhai, we never know the kind of the way the match has been proceeding. We might see Surya bhai taking out his drink again.
check, king g2, h5 is on the board. Okay. He couldn't take, by the way, the pawn because
Yeah.
of mate on the back rank. So that's the reason
Yeah.
why.
H5, and actually Sagar bhai, because it's a queen endgame, possibilities of H4 and H3 check are quite in the air,
Yes.
because you have to be very careful with white to not allow a perpetual, even if you're material up. Just like rook endgames, queen endgames also have some sort of a drawing tendency.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, if Surya escapes here, I just feel Sam should say, I don't want to play the last game. It's too much. Let's go. H5. Sam has 5 minutes, 20 seconds. He's low on confidence, but he can just push the pawn, right,
Oh, yeah,
Harshit?
yeah. And you have to make moves like this very quickly, Sagar bhai, because in this time control, like if you get down to a minute, no matter how winning the position is, we've seen this countless times, not just in this tournament, but in different tournaments, how you're much more prone to making a mistake with lesser time to make a critical decision.
Correct. Correct. Ha. Okay, waiting for the move of Sam here. Oh, he did play. My goodness, some moves. I can tell you,
Kuch karo,
Harshit bhai,
kuch raho.
the game has become much more exciting with
Oh my God.
a5, h4, and here it was important to play a6, but he played the move queen c6 with h3 check, king h3, queen f1. Now queen g2 played. He took on c4.
Yeah.
Check.
A lot has changed in terms of how the position looks, but I think effectively King G2 now, and white should still be very much in control.
e5.
If I was black, E5, exactly. I was about to say, if I was black, I would push E5, E4 to try to get Queen D3, Queen F3.
Yes, and then keep checking because the queen is currently controlling this diagonal, stopping all the checks. So if I play
Yeah.
now a6, e4,
E4,
a7,
A7, Queen
then
D3 is suddenly just equality.
oh, look at Surya,
Insane.
the tricky guy there. He has a trap up his sleeve after e5, and Sam has to be very careful. What will you do? Like a6, e4. What move would you play here, Harshit bhai? Believe it or not,
Uh,
there's only one winning move here.
that's insane. I need to bring my queen back. That's quite clear. Only Queen B7 perhaps, to keep an eye on the F7 pawn.
Yes,
It's
you
very
can take
important to
here.
keep, yeah, and then take on H, give Queen H5 check and take the E4 pawn as well. So
Correct. So here, this is happening. A6 on the board. Oh my god.
E4.
So king g2, a6. Sorry, e5, a6 on the board, e4 on the board.
Oh my god, now it's a big moment.
Big moment. Oh my. I feel there's only one move, guys. Queen b7 is a win for white.
I think if I was able to find it, Sam is probably going to find it without much difficult. But also, let's not forget, I am playing without any, I'm calculating without any pressure, and I'm free to suggest moves.
And you can also see the bar.
I can see the bar, the evaluation bar.
Sam might not know exact evaluation of this position.
But he's a pawn up, and I mean, it's quite clear that
He's playing for
white
the
should
win.
be winning with a clear passed pawn on e6. So yeah, guys, like whenever you look at a position, it's very important to be able to effectively evaluate the position. And he found queen b7.
He found it. He found queen b7, queen d3, takes,
Tiki taka, queen
check,
h5.
and queen
Yeah,
e4. At this one,
yeah, this should be good.
do you think this will end in a win for Sam or a favored draw?
No, this will definitely end in a win. This is 2 pawns up in like one flank is too much, I think.
Let's see how the conversion works here. Queen a2. h4 played by Sam. He has 3 minutes 15 seconds. Surya has 9 minutes 42. Queen b2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Surya will obviously play this just to check Sam's technique, but quite often, like h5, queen g6, h6 is a very strong idea in these kind of positions. But okay, he just expands.
Queen c3.
f3 and
Queen e3. Queen c7. f4.
wow. And with the queen on e3, Sagar, black can never give a check.
Yeah.
I think g5 is okay. Go to h5. Queen h1, maybe some trying to sneak inside, but this should be.
It has happened. Queen h1 on the board.
And f5, I think, should be the way.
Yeah, not
f5
so
my
subtle.
f5 my idea is to go f6. But king, I don't know. Looks queen c6. Can get tricky, yeah. But should like the thing is 2 pawns up just kind of makes you think that it should be winning for
Oh,
sure.
he did play f5. He did play.
Yeah.
Harshit bhai, your moves on the board.
Yeah, just white just needs to like trade queen somehow. And once, guys, if you are material up in the king pawn endgame, that's the best time to be material up. Wow,
By the way,
g5.
I loved g5 here. And you know what? If he hadn't played g5, the position would not be winning anymore. That's
Wow.
how unbelievable this position is. For example, if you just wait here with queen d3, then there would be a perpetual.
Insane. G5. Super technique by Sam.
Surya goes
And
back. Queen a8. G6 h6.
yeah, and now there should be a few ways to win, I think.
G6 played, king h8 and h6 should do the job.
Yeah. With the king boxed on the last rank, I think white has got this one for it under his belt.
Yeah. Luke Anatol says, what's the prize money for this event? It's $5,000 total.
Yeah, which is more than 4 lakh Indian rupees, if I'm not wrong. So quite a big prize fund that Surya is playing for. And especially if he wins with a convincing score, he's probably going to win $3,500, which is a very, very good performance. Not just on the board, but even like monetarily, very, very strong performance by Surya. Yeah.
True.
And of course, all of this is possible because of Venceslav. So it's very nice to
big shout out to him who has developed this method. And he's also in the chat watching this match closely because for him, it's like his idea is unfolding here, seeing how the two players are navigating it. Although we haven't had a favored or an unfavored draw yet, the players did mention in their last interview that it is impacting their decision making on the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how we are getting to see so many decisive games, because if it were just a normal match, I would expect so many games to end in a peaceful result. But because of this thing in the back of their mind, they're like, should I do this? Will this lead to a favored draw or will it lead to unfavored draw? So definitely playing a role in their thought process. And now I think H7 looks winning. King G7
and
Queen C3.
C3.
Queen A7. Okay, Queen A7 is the cleanest. You are right, Sagar.
So Queen A7. Oh, he plays Queen C3 because Harshit bhai, GMs think alike.
It's kind of strange how Queen A7 is such a simple move, but for both of us, Queen C3 came. It's just incredible. But yeah,
But
the
this
point is
also
King
totally
G8.
ended.
Yeah, because King G8, Queen B3. And the point is that if King G7 have Queen F7 and if King H8 have Queen H3. So this is kind of the thought process.
Right. Eventually getting in. So Queen
Yeah,
B3
as
has
a
been
as
played.
a ladder.
Check. And I think Surya might just resign here. And this
Yeah.
will be the first win for Sam. Yay.
Mhm.
Wow. I think many of the players are rooting for Sam because Surya has already won the event.
Yeah. And also we obviously want the match to kind of see decisive results from both sides. Yeah, like we don't want only one team to score all the 4s and 6s.
Yes. And congratulations, Sam, for the first win.
At least I didn't get completely wiped out. It was pretty
No,
bad.
this was
Yeah, I was expecting you. I did not see this knight d8 trick. I thought you'll play knight e5 and
But it
that's
doesn't
what winning. But I think what you played is cleanest.
it's
But
very
everything wins, no? Like, I mean, if I go
Queen F3 was a nice, yeah.
Queen F3 as well is just totally over, right? I mean, instead of
You thought Surya he would take here.
No. I thought not rook a4. I thought he'll play knight e5 with my knight on
which
a4.
also should win, but I mean,
Here I thought
Queen
knight
F,
e5. Yeah.
but this should definitely win. But also Queen F3, right? I mean,
The
what do
Queen
you get?
F3 97 idea was kind of funny.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but Queen F3, you have to play Knight B6, which is just so ugly, right? I mean,
No, Knight B6, there's yes, you're right.
and okay, I mean, it should be horrible for black, but like, yeah, take and just, okay, King G2 or whatever, like white should be totally, or at B4 even, like white should be totally winning, but I mean,
But this
yeah,
3-1, I was I was actually getting some hope because I know there are many occasions where it can slip.
no, I probably, I don't know, maybe the queen endgame wasn't the cleanest way to break through, but
Actually, it came to a very key moment here where you had to
yeah.
find this Queen B7 move or else here
The
E4.
only move.
This one. If you didn't
Yeah,
find
okay, but
yeah,
it wasn't that hard. I also don't need to play A6 though. I can also play like Queen F3, right? And this should win, I thought, pretty easily.
E4.
And
Have
then
some-
Queen
Queen.
E3.
But then Queen A4, Queen A3.
Yeah.
Oh, Queen A4. Queen A4. That's a good move. I missed
Yeah.
this one.
But this 3 versus 1, what is this? Like, did I have any chance at any point?
No,
Or
not even close. Come on. No
dead?
way.
No.
Actually, this conversion, this F4 F5 idea was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
But
smooth.
there was this like 2 versus 0. Sometimes it's a draw. Okay, not.
I
in
mean,
practice.
it's a draw with G and H, but also I've literally like never seen a human being
Yeah,
save
true.
it. Every single time they lose anyway. So yeah, but I mean, with the when I have the 3-on-1, there's just no hope. I don't think.
True.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Well,
we have the last game now that will be played here.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
Sam will have the black pieces.
Still no favored draws, right?
Still no
After
favored
7
draw.
rounds.
We have to wait for the last game perhaps to get a favored or unfavored draw. Let's see if we can get
Saving
that.
the best for the last, yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, I'll leave the audio.
Okay, guys,
Luck.
good luck.
Wait. Did I give the right link or?
We got 2 ones actually.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
that
it's the same. Yeah.
is the same.
Yes.
Different. So,
Oh no, different. I think Sam's is the right one, right?
should I make one move and then see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, got
You got it. Yeah. Okay. I leave.
Which one is it, Harshit bhai?
I'll
I mean, which Surya put or
which
Sam?
Surya sent. Yeah, which Surya sent. They played E4 C5.
Okay, let's see.
Do you see it?
Just getting the game.
Yeah. Guys, the score now is 24-9 in favor of Surya, and they're playing the last game. It's $2,000 up for grabs, proportionate to how many points they have. So a lot to play for in the last round. And of course, one of the most important things they're playing for is their love for the game and the pride that they have to do well. So we got a very interesting Natchdorf. Sagar, I'm myself a big fan of this opening from both sides. So very excited to see what Surya is going to play here.
Yeah, let's see. It's actually the line that we saw yesterday as well, right?
Not exactly, but it's similar. We saw bishop e3, e5, knight b3, and h3, g4, this idea.
Yes.
And if you go back instead of castles, I'll just quickly show. So knight b3, bishop e6, h3, bishop e7, g4. Knight d7 is one move. Queen f3, if I'm not wrong.
But G5 might be strong, no, Harshit bhai?
Sorry, h6 first. h6 first. Yeah, queen f3, knight d7, long castles, rook c8 if I'm not wrong, and black basically goes knight f8, and then brings his knight to g6 and knight h7, something like this. And I think there are games even of Magnus
Ooh.
Carlsen if I'm not wrong.
Playing on the
in
dark
this position.
squares. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So a lot of interesting possibilities in this opening. So Sam kind of chooses to deviate and goes for castling.
Yeah, he castles and then G5 by Surya, knight D7 and H4.
Yeah, h4, and a very typical idea in this position, Sagarba, is to go queen to h5 with white. Very surprising move. But the point is that you're provoking black to go g6, and then you're like, I'm coming back to e2, and this g6 move is going to help me a lot break through the king side.
Right. H5 would be the move then. But in the game, he goes knight b6.
Yeah. Knight b6, trying to get some sort of knight c4.
Yeah.
So should I go knight d5 now?
Oh, he just takes it. He takes it.
Wow, I like this, or I don't like this. Knight d5.
Difficult to say. Knight d5. And now, do you take the knight here or do you go back queen d8?
So yesterday we saw a position where black went back queen d8, and we kind of had gotten this position where white went bishop h3. Here, I kind of like, bishop d5, queen d5, knight c6. But the problem is e d5 no. I think queen d5 will be played.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep a piece on that square, knight c6, and now something like c3 perhaps to stop knight b4, and rook c8 maybe. We might see something like this.
True. It's possible that we go here. Knight d5 by Surya Ganguly. We are waiting for Sam's decision with bishop d5, or what does he play here? Just a second, Harshit bhai, I'll be back.
Yeah, sure. So
Surya's time, he has 14 minutes 54 seconds. He's been playing like super fast in this entire match. That's his thing.
It seems like Surya has prepared something, and it seems like Sam is making a big decision here, because he can take on d5 or he can go back queen d8. Obviously with black you kind of want to keep two bishops, but if you take on d5 you're able to get a lot of quick development. So
True.
Kind of a tough decision, honestly. Easy to say for us, but giving away that light squared bishop also weakens your light squares extensively.
Correct. So queen d8 or bd5. We'll see what Sam decides. He's thinking. He's taking his time. 1 second.
Yeah. Sam is taking his time, and guys, the momentum is, even though it's just one game, Sam has won the last game and he wants to end the last game on a high note, because no matter how well or how bad you played in the first 7 rounds, your memories of that tournament are going to depend on how you finish it. So Sam is definitely wanting to perform well here, and he has made a decision. He has taken on d5 and gone knight d7, guys. Knight d7 has been chosen by Sam. I think the boards will get updated soon. And both players are super focused. Very interesting. But I've been honestly very shocked and surprised to see how this format has created so many dynamic opportunities and like so many moments where some person is like doing well, but suddenly because they have to consider the favorable and unfavorable draw, they kind of make decisions which lead to a decisive game. Queen d5, knight d7, bishop h3. So let's see. Still thinking. Yeah, Surya Ganguly, as I was saying in the last round, 2 या 3 मिनट का लीड ऑलमोस्ट हमेशा ही उनके पास है, which is like, very important.
Ashit bhai, what were you saying?
I was saying that like he's always having this 2-3 minute lead, Sagar bhai, which is like so important.
Yeah. By the way, he took, and now not knight
Knight
c6.
d7, yeah.
He played knight d7. And then bishop h3. And this very interesting move, rook a d8. I mean, I would love if my rook came to c8, but now this bishop is very powerful, right?
Yeah, it's I've been trying to understand the last few moves of black, and I am finding it hard to do so because, for example, if you take queen takes f2, Sagar bhai,
Yeah.
of course I won't play rook h1 because I'm not that good of a friend, because queen e3 check would blunder my bishop.
Ooh. Right, okay.
So rook df1 maybe is possible.
Yes.
But there is a stronger move than rook df1. Let's try to find this, because engine says white has a huge advantage. Maybe just chop off the pawn on b7.
Yeah, it's a crazy move. It kind of traps the knight in a way because the e7 bishop is hanging and there's no way to defend it. Crazy,
Yes,
right?
very well
Maybe
spot.
queen
Yes.
b6.
Queen b6, and now you can even consider going into the end game, but just queen d5 back.
Yeah, but take and knight a5.
e5. Wow.
With the bishop here, knight here.
Exactly.
Insane.
And it seems like we might have had a few moves.
Yeah, here he goes very, very weird move. I think, as you rightly pointed out, Sam is making certain moves which are difficult to understand. He goes g6.
Yeah, because I was of the opinion that this move helps white in general, because it helps elevate the speed with which white can break with h5.
Right, but Surya takes, rook takes, and rook d2. Rook c7, king b1. I mean, long term, it feels like this knight should be better than the bishop, but somehow the knight is far away from a good square, and black can create play with f5.
I don't like giving away my bishop. It was such a nice bishop on h3, Sagar bhai.
True.
We were just pointing out how the bishop on h3 controls this important square on c8, and kind of in opposite colored bishops, you always want to keep that bishop, but Surya thinks that this grip over the d5 square will give him strategic advantage.
But it's a little bit of maybe, and also Sam's move king g7 may help, because there was queen b5 trying to trade the queens. At the main point
very
being
tough.
that after taking, you want to break with f6 and get your counterplay.
Yeah. Not easy though to find queen b5, but it's a very instructive moment.
Yeah, this is a very instructive moment. True. King g7, he's trying to do the same, but with queens on the board. And would you go h5 now? But g5 is hanging.
G5 is hanging, exactly. I would love to go h5, but G5 is hanging. Maybe I can try to perhaps be a bit too aggressive. I don't know if the match demands that,
F4,
but
huh?
F4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
F4, EF, G, H5.
H5.
Let's go crazy.
But queen b5, as you were mentioning, might be a very powerful resource because queen d4 check, the queen swings into e5, protecting the check, and also the endgame would be very, very good for black.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see now. A3. A3 played by Surya. Yeah, A3. Very calm. Very cool. Maybe you know what Surya's planning? Knight C1, Knight A2, Knight C3.
What a find, Sagar bhai.
A3.
The
Deep
temple
ideas.
of chess is really giving you some nice creative ideas.
Yes. Temple of Chess. Harshit bhai, waiting for you to come back here
Very.
in Mumbai.
I mean, when I visited there for the first time, guys, it just started, and I already saw Sagar bhai has made an instructive video lessons of why people don't win winning positions that you can probably find on one of their channels. So it's very nice that people are getting access to these kind of resources being in a metropolitan city like Mumbai. So definitely would check it out if I am in that area.
Thank you, Harshit bhai. We already have a very nice reel with Harshit about Temple of Chess. So it's all very exciting. Harshit, we are getting more and more time to spend with him, which is wonderful because he will also be coming to Budapest, where we will be commentating live from the 11th of September at the Olympiad with Harshit, myself, Amruta. We also will have two more members of our team, Aditya and Abhyudaya, coming there. So it'll be great fun.
Yeah, and we might even hopefully in one of the final days get our fan favorite Samay Bhai needs
Oh,
to.
yes. Samay Raina, he can fly anytime, anywhere. Only problem is visa, but let's see, he can also get his visa. He's after all the supreme leader. Queen e6 played, and the engines hate this move. Harshit bhai.
Because h5, yeah, you are getting h5 protecting the g5 pawns. So time to push it, yeah.
But h5, do you think queen g4 could lose the pawn? Or that doesn't matter?
I think you need to try to break it somehow. But queen g4 is a nice idea.
Yeah, this is a strong move. Queen g4.
Maybe time to relocate our knight, like you were mentioning, Sagar bhai. Knight c1. The knight is not doing a lot.
Knight c1. With the idea of knight a2, knight c3, perhaps
Yeah.
black has f5 gaining counterplay somehow. Rashid bhai, explain to me why the engine prefers f3.
Maybe it stops queen g4 and threatens h5.
Yes, maybe that's the
And
reason.
the rook from d2 swings to h2.
Aha.
So it's a multi-purpose move.
Very nice, very nice. Wow, f6, then rook h2, and
Rook
already, wow. If Surya finds f3, that would be insane. He goes knight c1.
Knight c1, still a very nice move. And look at his time, Sagar bhai. In rapid formats, it all comes down to how well you are managing your time.
I think Surya's time management has been simply unbelievable here. In no
Yeah.
game did he have less time than Sam. No game.
Yeah, insane.
I
So
think
knight c1 and now
this match will also give Surya new wings, yeah, for his chess career, because he has been, maybe deciding between should I play more, should I train more. He is training with it, and he's also having this pro chess training. He's making some video courses, but with these results of national championship now winning 24-9, I think he might be like, okay, let me play more chess now.
no, definitely. I mean, I think most of the chess trainers are chess lovers,
Right.
and whenever they get an opportunity to play chess, I think they would never want to miss it. And I've also seen the video where after finishing his game, Surya is analyzing the game for over an hour with his opponent, which just shows the love and passion for the game, which doesn't come if you're only doing it for like commercial purposes.
Agreed. Agreed. Absolutely.
F3 played now, and
I like
the
F3. He goes B5, but now Harshit by H5. Surya's pawns coming down the board, and I think this might be very dangerous for Sam.
yes, exactly. Rook is going to swing to H2, and after that, it's going to be difficult to protect against the battery.
It's amazing how white kind of just sucked out all the counterplay of black, and now Sam is just left in a hopeless situation, it seems to me.
Yeah. Oh wow! I saw some insane idea. If Black King, like if you go back one move with the King on G7, yeah, instead of H4, instead of H5, go Rook D H2.
Yeah.
Let's say A5. I'm not sure, but can I go Knight E2 just like as a move? Because if Rook C2, I have Knight D4. Insane.
Ooh, Harshit Bhai, this reminds me of Raunak Sadhwani versus Lenier Dominguez.
Yeah, because Rook H2, there is Knight E6 check and E D4, Queen D4 check. You don't have protection.
What a nice one. Nice one there.
Yeah.
Amazing. But in the game, H5 did happen here. King G8, Rook D H2, and now Bishop D8 just to control along the 7th rank.
Mm-hmm.
And Knight came to D3. I don't know where the Knight
Same
is
idea.
heading to. Maybe Knight F2,
B4,
Knight G4.
B4, D5.
B4 and D5. Ah, okay. A5, stopping that idea.
Yeah. Perhaps something like HG6 trying to open up, but then FG6. Ah.
Yes, keeping this controlled. Also, the rook can come to the F file.
Mm-hmm.
BP says it looks like white is completely winning. Yes, BP. Very much so. A5. And I was wondering, Harshit, if knight F2, knight G4, but
This
maybe
was played?
it's too slow. No, he went F4.
F4. I like it. I like it. I think the position demands you to play energetically. And especially when you have access to that drink which gives you so much energy like
Today,
Rasna.
the drink is not to be seen.
Oh.
And if takes, knight takes, bishop takes, knight e6, bishop e3, knight c7, rook c7, hg, and fg. Maybe this is now equalish, but
Definitely a favorable
a favored draw for white, maybe on
Yeah.
cards. Okay, so knight f4 has happened here. I don't think Sam is going to take on g5 because that would give him an exchange down position.
And practically it doesn't seem equal. It seems like you're an exchange down and the compensation is not that apparent.
Right.
I
But
wouldn't.
he has to take.
Yeah.
There's no other move because if he moves the queen away, let's say queen e8,
He
then
took
after
wow.
hg, fg, there is this queen check,
Queen B3.
king here, and it seems very, very dangerous, with the knight here.
Oh my god. Do I have Queen C3 check?
Queen c3.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Takes,
Rook C3, Rook H7. Yeah, and I have its mate.
check, and mate there. Wow.
Yeah. And if Queen E5 after Queen C3 check, I have Knight takes G6.
Arey, bye.
So
Too good.
super mathematical, like geometrical position there.
Right. So bishop g5, and now Surya is thinking maybe he's now getting a bit tempted not to just go for an exchange but go for the mate with h takes g6. Yes, it
Mhm.
has happened, by the way. This is on the board. Knight e6, bishop
Take, take.
e3, knight c7, rook c7.
I don't like picking on g6 because it kind of allows black to get a bit more space. So
The
I
two
want to keep the
passers.
tension. Yeah.
Would you go like h6 and try to create this mating net?
I would have with queens on the board, but without queens, h6 can very easily be a weakness if black goes f6 and it just brings his king, king f7, rook e7, and then the h6 pawn can very often be a liability.
True, true. So right now, after h5, he goes rook d1. But now we have bishop f4 and bishop e5. So
Yeah.
maybe black is fine. Black is not worse here. But guys, this might be the game where we will see a favored draw. Now, in this system, what is a favored draw? When both players agree to a draw or just the game ends in a draw. If there is one side with extra material on the board, they get the favored draw and 3 points, while the disfavored draw for the opponent gets only 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop e5. And now Surya goes h6. Wow. He made this bishop go off this diagonal and then pushed it in.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm little scared of something like f6, g5, and king f7, king g6.
True, true. Let's see if
But
f6 looks very natural.
rook d5 and rook d5. White's idea is to go rook d5 and some break like c4 or a4.
or c4. So let's say f6 with Harshit's idea of king f7, g5, king g6 takes a few moves. Meanwhile, Surya will go rook d5, rook b7, defending here,
And maybe
and
a4.
a4 or c4 takes attacking on b2, but the rook defends it. So rook a5 and white should be the one pressing.
Yeah, definitely. Complex though, very complex.
Harshit, is there any Ganpati happening in the US? Ganpati festival?
Unfortunately, not where I live.
Ah.
There's no, but I mean, I come from Maharashtra, so like I've lived in Maharashtra for all my life, so I know it's huge.
Yeah, they've already started celebrating. If you could hear the sound below my house, and it's still like 3 days away.
The whole Tasha and turu 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 turu.
Yeah, it's like they're already practicing, baby, for the big game.
Yeah.
Big day. Okay, by
Of
the
course,
way,
I mean, I miss those traditions being here, but of course, King F8 was played.
rook b7, and now he goes rook f3. Although c4 would have been very strong here, he goes rook f3, threatening rook b3.
Rook B3, very logical.
a4, baby, just stopping it. This game is going to get very, very sharp now, this end game.
Sagar bhai, do you have Ganpati at your home?
Hello. We are actually leaving for Budapest on the same day, so.
Yeah, true. Rook F3, Rook B3. Swing.
Harshit bhai, would you like to play like a tournament which has this scoring method?
I would definitely like to play in a tournament like this and like try to figure out how I like it. I think the more you kind of kind of play around with an idea and with a concept, the more you understand how much you really like it or not. So I think I actually just need to play a lot of games of that to figure out. It's like Sagara, we've been playing chess for like 15, 20 years and it's been around for so long. So it takes a bit of time to kind of get used to a new concept, right? So we just need to like have more events and play around a little bit more to get a better feeling of this format. But this match definitely helps to put the idea of this format outside.
Yes, and now we understand this format very deeply because of this position that we have. It seems like a fortress somehow. But
Oh,
Surya is very happy with this fortress, correct? Because he has one extra point on the board. Because Rook is worth 5. So he has 5 plus 5, 10, and 5 points, 15. While Black has 5 plus 3, 8, and 6 points, which is 14. So if they repeat just here, let's say Rook F2, Rook B7, Rook F3, Rook B8, Surya gets the favored draw with 3 points.
yeah. The only thing is that there is this D5 break which which Sam will probably want to try because he wants to somehow win this match, win the last game of the match. I mean,
Yeah,
so
I guess
looking,
if we are doing this, we are definitely looking for one favored or unfavored draw. So maybe that is
yeah,
what we are all looking out for here.
yeah. And now Rook G6
Oh,
and
he
try
goes
to
King F7.
King
He's
F7,
trying
King
to
G6.
equalize the material.
Yeah. I mean, if he gets the H6 pawn and starts rolling with H5, G4, then
Yeah, black is
Black is
doing
going
very well.
to
Look at
be
this bishop.
the driver's seat. Yeah. Sometimes we allocate like 3 or 5 points to a piece before the game, but obviously as the game proceeds, the value of a piece changes according to the position.
True.
So I don't know if you've seen this concept of dynamic pricing that's been implemented in a lot of stores and in basically marketing now.
Really?
So yeah, dynamic pricing. So
So
based on demand. So
so if
there is
someone
like a fast.
you go into a shop and if someone's buying a chocolate like many in that day, then the price goes up.
Exact. So there's a fast food restaurant, if I'm not wrong. So depending on how many people there are inside of the restaurant, the price would basically fluctuate.
Oh,
So similarly, like I think in chess as well, like based on the current position, the value of the piece changes. So right now, the bishop on e5 is, we all can probably concur, is not worth just 3 points. It
right,
surely is worth close to 4 points in this position, right?
right.
So some interesting like dynamics that change as the game.
And now
Oh
if
yeah,
I d5,
Maharshi. Yeah, Maharshi Ray says that train prices are usually dynamically priced. That's
also flight.
flight for sure. But they're kind of implementing this in like even restaurants and like places like these. So some interesting concept.
Right. d5.
DeFi. Yeah, Black wants to somehow start rolling those F and G pawns. Yeah. ED King D.
What do you think? Who has better chances to uh, press for a win here?
Black.
Black, yeah?
Um, I mean, I always like sacrificing material, Sagar Bhai, so I think I may or may not have a bias in my answer. But I think that if Black gets that 6 pawn and like somehow is able to push H5, H4, it will be quite
It's clear,
promising
yeah.
for him.
If you lose this pawn, you are in big
But
trouble
look
as
at the
white.
clock. 1 minute 50 seconds for Sam versus 6.5 minutes for Surya.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not in this match because this is the last game, but surely in the next future matches of Sam is going to be something he's going to take a note of.
I don't think Sam played slow in this match at all. It's just that Surya's been playing very fast.
Yeah,
And now Rook H4 also could be an idea, right? To take this pawn.
yeah, exactly. Rook H4 is a very, very serious threat. So I'm guessing something like Rook F1 might not be ideal, but necessary. Rook
Oh.
F1.
So if you go here,
And
then I
you
have
counter
no
Rook
shot.
H4 with Rook H1. Yeah, which is sad, but sometimes you just have to make these retreating moves in order to defend your forte.
Yes. And one of the main reasons where white is not able to fight for an advantage here is because his queenside majority has been blocked by the black's queenside 2 pawns here.
Mhm.
So you can't create a passed pawn easily.
Yeah.
मिस्टर
By the way,
खान
guys,
से सागर सर 400 से अपन ऊपर नहीं जा पा रहा है 400 elo हर्षित भाई some help needed because he's not able to improve beyond 400 elo.
I think when you have 400 elo, you should just try to solve as many easy chess puzzles as you can. And I really like this book, The Chess Course, which is by Praful Zaveri, which is the book I use and recommend every starting person to
Wow,
kind of
that's
read,
amazing.
because it helped me a lot when I was young, and I think that book is still around. And also Praful Zaveri is amazing person, and he has written this book, so I think you can definitely check that book out if you have access to that.
Great one. By the way, he goes rook gf1. And I don't know what would have been Surya's idea to rook h4. Would he have sacked an exchange or what?
Um, Rook h3. Yeah, but this looks like the G pawn is
Yeah,
quite quick.
it's just very fast. So maybe he should have done that, but instead Sam went king e6. He's like trying to first defend f6 and then go rook h4. But Surya goes rook e3, just irritating his opponent a bit.
Oh, because rook h4, he now wants to go rook e4, rook b4. So, I mean, things are heating up.
Wow. Okay.
And it's going to be a race. And with 1 minute on the clock, I'm not sure if I want to have a race.
Yeah, this is an insane race because black is really having a head start in terms of the
But
pawns.
yeah, true.
Oh, he does go rook h4 and rook
Oh,
e4 on the
wow.
board, rook h6.
Rook b4 played.
We are getting this position. Sam has only 55 seconds.
Yeah,
Surya-
maybe rook h3 or rook h2. Rook h3 check first makes sense, yeah, to get an extra tempo.
Oh, he goes rook g6. And now rook
Oh.
takes b5. Suddenly the evaluation changes drastically.
I've really liked to keep my rook active somewhere, Sagar Bhai. On the 7th rank, the rook goes to g6, which makes
Also, he could have saved one tempo, right? Rook h3 and h5.
check. Yeah, or rook h3, king c2, rook h2. So your rook is even on the 7th rank now.
Yeah.
So like ideal situation.
Very surprising move, rook g6. And after takes g4, check,
Oh, is it just is it perfect?
king d5, b4 played.
Oh, and please don't play g3, guys. Because there might be some small technical problem.
White to play, guys. What do you do? Prabhesh
The very
says
nuanced.
kudos to Harshit Bhai. His analyzing has been excellent. Arey, koi shak.
Thank you, Pravesh.
C4.
C4.
Yes, Yash Mehra.
Checkmate.
Well done. So B4, he goes AB. Rook B1.
Oh, and now it's a serious threat. If you go g3,
Yeah.
rook 1 takes b3. Oh no, c4 check first, I think. King c5, rook 1 b3, and you just cannot prevent checkmate.
Wow. Wow.
And 20 seconds ticking. That's why I don't like getting so low on clock, because your opponent is threatening checkmate and you don't have time.
Yeah, that's why Surya is playing really well practically, and he blunders, I think, rook h6. No, he saved it. Actually, check, king c5, and I think Harshit Bhai, this check is there because if fear, check, and it saves
King
the day.
e4. But it might be like some favorable outcome for white now, like king e4.
So, by the way, what happened is in the game, after c4, king c5, he did not take b3, he first gave a check.
Nah, very smart. And now rook 1b3 so that you don't lose the c4 pawn. But g3 is coming.
Yeah. I mean, if you play here, king e4 and take this, this should be completely better for white. Also from the material standpoint and also positionally.
Yeah.
So rook takes b3. No, he played
Rook.
what? Yeah.
No, he's still thinking. After king d6, he played rook 1b3, king e6 played.
Yeah.
It's very hard to predict the moves now. Rook 1b3, king e6, not something that would have come to my mind, but very powerful move to bring the king to f5, get rid of all the checkmating and perpetual ideas. And now, once the g pawn starts rolling, black has big chances.
Yeah.
Nice move. Nice move by
Good
Sam.
move, Sam. Check.
King f5 played. Okay, now c5 and g3 quickly played. The game is heating up.
Yeah, this is going to be a big fight. This can go any direction, and I think a perfect game to end this match where both players are fighting big time. We have a material imbalance, we have a favorable draw that could happen. So many things here. G3, he played rook b1, king g4.
Rook b1, king g4 played. c6. Oh, I saw an insane idea. I don't know if it works. c6, g2, rook b6 to b2. But it doesn't work, unfortunately, because bishop b2, c7, black has rook h3 check. Insane idea. And rook c3.
Ooh, wow. Amazing.
So saves.
Ashit bhai, really sharp calculation there. Check. Okay, he went.
Yeah. What did happen?
Instead of c6, I think.
Yeah, c6 played. c6 played.
No, first he gave a check. King g5.
Oh, yes,
now
yes. Rook
c6.
b4. Yeah. And now you can't go g2. Rook h3.
But can we
Little scared.
we can't push. Bishop takes pawn. So yeah.
Little scared for Sam's position here. Maybe king e4, just centralizing the king, maybe.
Possible. This is also a possible move. The best move here is rook c4 somehow.
Yeah, to put c7 as a threat. 2 minutes versus 17 seconds. It's what a game.
Too good. And you can see how Surya has made use of his time in a way that he is still left with 2 minutes.
Yeah. And I think he actually... No, he's thinking. c6, rook h3, and white is thinking. Big moment here because rook c4 is one of the only moves which gives white a big advantage.
Yeah, he goes rook.
Rook g1 played.
Also, this time take
Good move.
care of the king side counterplay.
Rook g1, king f5 played. c7 is not, you cannot go now. So you want to go rook c4 first and then try to go c7.
Yeah. So this could be possible. We have to wait to see what does he do here.
1 minute each. It's time to go for both players. Time to play quickly. Time to turn on the bullet mode.
Yeah. Oh, 1 minute 5 seconds for Surya Ganguly, 15 for Sam. And by the way, Himang says during Nationals, I asked Surya about his time management. And he replied back, by the way, just very quickly here. G1, king f5.
A4 played after king f5, h5, a5, and rook h2.
Yeah. But now this is totally winning here. Rook b5.
A4.
What a move. What a move.
Played.
Threatening rook takes g3.
King e6.
And now rook takes e5. Finishes off the game.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes, he takes it. Fe. And now important move, rook c1, and there's no way to stop c7,
Way to
c8.
stop. Played.
So good, so good. Surya has been so sharp.
Insane game actually. To be like this rook e5 tactic is not easy to spot with a minute on the clock, and Surya spots it effortlessly.
Yeah, Surya just showing he's the boss here, playing amazingly. He's going to almost reach 30 points here. Oh, he makes an error, Harshit bhai.
No, because now g2 and now c7 there is g1 queen.
And then rook comes over. So actually the right move here was king
Just
e4.
take it.
Because
Take
then
the pawn.
g2, c7, and if you make a queen, I can make a queen with a check.
The check. Yeah.
Can you
Big,
not do
big
that
blunder.
anyway? King e3, g2.
Because g1 queen is a check.
Oh, check.
Heartbreak for Surya after that game, and
And can
probably
there be a favorable draw?
I think it will be just a draw with equal points.
भाई favorable draw करना बहुत मुश्किल है. Very tough to get favorable draws. Look at Surya
They were so close.
smartly holding on to his extra pawn, and Sam
With
holding
C4,
on to his
yeah.
own extra.
Insane. Yeah, and now of course, rook h4, king d5. I guess some sort of a draw is going to happen with equal points. Yeah.
Yeah.
King d6, a6. Yeah, and yeah, the players just exchanged everything, and
Okay. They can
it's a
actually
draw.
do draw, right?
It's
Yeah.
a draw. Yeah. Draw has been
Or they'll
made.
stay till the end.
No, I think they got kings versus kings, so it's a draw.
King e4
Who do you
wins.
think who do
Yeah.
you think wins this game? You or me?
And I think I was winning more.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
I mean,
Surya, congratulations for winning the match with the score of 26-11.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations. Play good.
Thank you.
And, well fought, Sam. I think
Yeah.
this game also very tense. I think would have gone either way. At least
Today,
Today I brought
can
more
we
of
go to
myself.
opening? I want to show one thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like when I played g4,
mhm.
Yeah.
actually, so the line goes d5. Yeah, that's the main. That's why they don't play this. But okay, let's say d5.
This is like the Navarro Wojciech
Surya
game or
This is
something?
now it. E5.
Yeah.
E5, knight d5. Bishop b2.
Bishop g2, yeah.
Bishop g2, yeah, sorry. Okay, so there is bishop b4, knight e3, but let's say knight e3 just to show this. Okay, queen d8.
And
Bishop,
this gets goofy, right?
bishop d8.
Yeah.
f3. This is more or less forced. Bishop h4 check, king f1.
Yeah, this
And
is
now
the
they play knight c6.
Yeah.
Knight c5. It's all more or less almost forced, let's say. Bishop c4 check.
Yeah, this is king g1, bishop
King
g5.
g1.
This king f2, yeah.
And now,
Yeah.
yeah, you play. No, you should first start with, I think, long castle, because if you play bishop g5, rook e1, bishop h4, then I'll stop it with rook d1.
Okay, so
So
castle
first long
long,
castle.
and then b3, bishop g5.
Yeah, b3,
and
bishop
this
g5.
is where the king goes to h8 or something.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
rook e1, bishop h4.
Surya, did you prepare specifically for this tournament?
For this, yeah, for this format. Rook b1. And now bishop g5.
Yeah.
King f2. This is all Navarro check. Bishop h4 check. King f3.
E4, and then king goes to h8 or something.
Yeah,
right?
and now
King f4.
no, knight e4.
Okay.
Some
Because the draw is good for you.
exactly. So now I wanted to make a draw with king c5, king f4, king f3. Yeah.
Knight e5, king f4, knight g6, Sagar bhai, and it's
I think I
But,
think we
Black
take
not play
another
bishop d5 here and just play, or
knight. No, with the c5 knight, not with the
Oh, okay. Knight
move is
c6.
with
yeah, so there's no bishop d5. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, game
If I
goes
go-
on. I mean, you can still play bishop e6, game goes on, but I thought, okay,
Right.
at least some try. Because here,
Yeah.
if I take a draw, I'm making this favorable draw.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
clever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the
Nice.
endgame? Like, it was very interesting.
Yeah, your moves rook knight d7 and knight rook d8. Why didn't you go for knight c6 straight
C3?
away?
C3 and the knight is very poorly placed.
It has to be something concrete, yeah, otherwise I'll completely consolidate.
Yeah, maybe knight d8.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
to go where?
Then bishop h3,
But knight
Then-
d8 to go where?
but a5, a4.
Oh,
Clever. Queen takes f2. I like it. Queen f2. Yeah.
Queen f2. Wow.
Oh,
Clever.
It's concrete, yeah, it's concrete.
very concrete.
Yeah, I thought what it did made a lot of sense. Like when white has fixed this h4 g5, like I'm not so scared of the good knight versus bad bishop situations.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was overly optimistic, but like around here, I thought only black can be better. But somehow, I didn't manage to coordinate the way I
Oh,
wanted.
Sagar, bhai, there was this very nice moment of Queen b5 instead of King g7, which was very surprising for me. But apparently, the idea is that you trade and go f6 immediately.
Of course. I mean, yeah, I mean, the thing is,
Yeah, I think endgame should be good for black in general. Like, I mean,
I definitely don't want to trade queens here. But the only thing I'll be concerned here, like to take and play maybe immediate rook d5, but then again f6, yeah?
f6.
counterplay, yeah. Okay, but also the way I played Queen c6, and then, or sorry, yeah, King g7, a3, Queen c6. The way the game went.
Yeah.
What if after Queen d3, perhaps Queen c4 was a mistake. What if I play Rook h8 instead? I know, very subtle move. Instead of Queen c6, instead of Queen c4, yeah, Rook h8 here. I thought this might be decent actually.
And if I ever go f4,
I think I can take it. Why not?
Now
I
that
thought I have Queen d4, you go
queen
f6.
d4 check maybe?
Okay, sure.
f6
Yeah.
h5
Can
looks
I get
little
King
scary.
g8? What's wrong with King g8? Do I get the bishop to g7 or no?
Looks scary somehow.
Yeah,
It does, but at the same time, white can just lose this in 3 moves.
I mean, wait, h5 here?
And then I guess.
Bishop f8 is at 6, yeah.
Yeah, and if bishop g5, rook g2 and take on g6.
But, sorry, bishop g5, you play.
I thought rook g2 and take twice on g6 because h6.
Okay, but bishop h6?
No, move out. Even this is possible, yeah, for some reason.
Okay, but also rook g2.
H6 and rook h2 wins, yeah?
Nice.
Does it? Like, I mean, do you even have a threat? I guess rook
Okay,
h6 is. Yeah, and okay, queen c4. Yeah, not working. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow I thought there was some interesting stuff here with rook h8, but somehow I felt it was a little bit too sketchy. But the way I played, I didn't like my position at some point. Yeah, so here.
F3 was very strong.
Very nice move.
Yeah, F3 because consolidating completely, no?
Yeah, but it's still not so easy to actually do that much with.
Knight d3. What should I do then?
By the way, here Harshit pointed out a very nice move.
No, it worked. It worked with the king on g7 that you had this
Yeah.
knight e2, rook c2, knight d4, but not with the king on g8.
Okay.
But here even rook c2 and this is still winning for white.
Okay, but it's quite okay.
Looks very good, yeah. But knight, what's the next move after knight? I just want knight c3 or something?
Yeah, maybe you will anyway sack, right? Or c3?
No, I think
Sure.
at g6.
Okay, but if I have to sacrifice on c3 and not even get a pawn, I mean, white's surely better. I don't know how much, but he should be clearly better, I think.
Yeah.
Because the way I played, I thought the endgame I got was totally acceptable.
In fact, I
didn't
think
see
at
why.
some point it was only black who had chances.
Yeah, at some point I thought I should just win this game, but like,
What do I have here? Why is it showing so much?
and you have to try c4, I thought.
C4,
but-
C4,
yes.
Okay, but still, I thought this was very messy and unclear. B takes c4, rook takes
Okay,
a5,
fine.
king e7.
It's-
Rook a5 and king e7, and is this like so clear? I thought it was.
Rook 8 maybe, yeah? And then just start pushing the pawn.
Sure. Yeah, nice moves. Okay, g5. It's still a game, I think, but
No, in the game I was definitely worse, but I did not see a forced, like a concrete win for you.
We were very
Yeah.
excited here because it looked like a fortress, and now it
I
was this
thought, yeah, I thought this
favorable.
could be a favored draw. Yes, I also thought so.
I was thinking I could play for a win here, but I'm actually surprised
Yeah.
the computer said it's just equal. I thought black should be in very good shape.
Ah,
so
yeah.
here,
Well, what should I have played?
Rook ff1 and rook h1,
Oh,
but it's very passive.
yeah, I mean, even that, like, I will still play. But
Yeah.
so what's the win after rook f1? I felt like I should be winning, but somehow I wasn't finding.
Rook h4. What you did? No, here
Rook h4.
Rook h4. Yeah.
So rook takes f6. Where's
So
the
then
win?
takes and king rook h3 check. And my king doesn't have a good square. If I go to c2, you play g4. If I go other side, you go king c4. This was bothering me.
Yeah.
King c2 and
Also,
then
king
King
e5 maybe.
Also, yeah. King e5 is nice.
Yeah, okay. And if rook b6, I just win the race after g4.
No, first check, no? Because I put me on c2
Yeah. No, that was the way.
and then start pushing the pawn maybe.
Man, it's almost like I never wrote a book on rook endgames. No, this is yeah. So okay, but the way I played it was very messy. Somehow I thought it should still be good, but then before long I feel like I was worse. Yeah, here like I thought
Yeah,
I
why
should be
did
winning.
you play rook h3 check h5 like reach of rook g6? It was like a tempo.
I
right?
miscalculated something. So rook, I thought rook g6 was just sort of winning on the spot, but I missed that my king is sort of getting mated on d5.
Ah.
No, what did I missed something here, like
b4 maybe you missed, yeah?
yeah, b4. I missed b4, and like
Yeah,
without
that
this
was a
one,
very nice one.
Yeah.
yeah, without b4, I thought I just sort of pushed the pawns through and win. Like I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But b4 is very clever, and now all of a sudden I have to be careful not to get mated.
Here I wanted to get some perpetual, but I didn't see. And then again, I was unsure
Yeah.
what is going on.
And then could I have played g2 instead of king g4? What do you play?
Rook g1 I have to play, yeah? What else?
And then rook g6?
Yeah, here I wanted something very specific. Wait.
I guess c6.
c6, bishop h7, c7, and rook b2, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I can also
c7.
no, I mean
King-
you don't have a threat. Could I play rook b2 just out of curiosity?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay.
After bishop h2, rook
After
b2.
bishop h2, can I play rook
But no.
rook b2?
it's,
Yeah, why not? Bishop g1, c7, rook g8, rook b8, and you have to play bishop h2. I'll pick up the g2 pawn.
And then rook g3 check, maybe.
Rook g3, king c2.
Rook g3, king c2. You have bishop. Yeah, it's a check.
What's the only way to draw here for black?
Black?
Oh, bishop b6.
No. So
Wait.
I found it.
Seriously? What? It's so obvious,
Well,
yeah?
that will make us feel very bad about ourselves.
no, I don't think it's so
Okay.
easy. It's very tough.
Rook g3 check, yeah?
Rook
I thought it's rook c8.
No, rook c8, rook c8. What changes? You could have played any bishop move and I would have played rook g8.
So it's impossible, I think, but let's see.
All right.
Impossible. That's you just
I mean, impossible in the time we have. If we sit here for 1 hour, maybe
Maybe it's rook b8. Rook b8 and bishop f2.
close.
Or some bishop move, yeah? Bishop c. Wait, bishop.
No, then queen c8. Bishop b6. No, then he takes it.
It has to be bishop f2 or bishop d4.
e3 maybe? Bishop e3 as well?
Bishop e3.
oh my god.
Please explain why only e3 works.
No.
So queen c8 check, yeah, just to
yeah,
understand.
maybe queen c8. Oops, sorry, queen c8.
No, but if you want to understand this, I think you have to put bishop f2 first to
Yes.
understand why bishop f2 is not working.
Correct. Queen c8.
King f4. Queen c1 or what?
Oh, I see it. It's because we're going to go queen c6, queen c7, queen c6. And then do we, after queen c6, king g3, go king e2 and play a pawn endgame?
Oh, wow. No,
queen
I have
g7.
king e5, I have king e5, no.
What? King here.
No, he wanted here some form of king g3 and he wanted king. No, king e2. Yeah, you are right actually.
King e2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
G2,
Play pawn
right,
endgame?
yeah. But
Okay, but no, you
winning.
lose then for
It's
sure.
winning,
Yeah,
yes.
fine. Is the
That's
pawn ending winning?
insane.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, because king is on h-file, no?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, what a nice find.
Very
Sam,
nice.
that was
is
amazing.
nice, yeah.
That was nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait.
Uh,
King h2? After g1 queen, queen f3, king h2? No,
Queen
come
of
back.
Queen G2 you want.
No, I want king h1.
But how does it help?
King h1 because, okay, now queen, and you have to give a fresh mate.
Oh, Queen G8 check, King H2, Queen. No. How is it?
h5? King f3.
Oh, this is gonna be
King
fun.
f3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's get back to the game.
Yeah, because this was. Yeah, and then here, like, yeah, okay. When I played King G4, I completely blundered Rook B4, and around here, I thought I should just be lost after like King E3 or something. But
Also, Rook G1, I thought it's pretty straightforward what I played.
yeah, but somehow I managed to fight back more.
Yeah, A4, I was not very convinced, but
Rook
I didn't
C4 maybe.
yeah, Rook C4, Bishop C7.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
maybe Rook
It's
E4.
not like direct
Hmm.
somehow. Okay, A4, some move A5. Yeah, now
so-
I'm winning,
Yeah,
yeah?
you
Rook-
found
does
Rook
Rook-
B5, which is the winning move here.
Yeah, I had to just play King E4. What is King E3?
Yeah,
No,
after
but this is winning. Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
of course this is winning.
correct.
Of course, this is winning. Just take on
Yeah,
E4.
okay, take on E4.
yeah.
I did not want to allow any checks, yeah?
check, yeah.
Suddenly, I was not allowing rook checks, but it started with.
Queen check.
And then
Yeah.
there is no favorable draw also.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
No favored draw.
no favor draw in the match.
Is it possible like you play Rook D6 here and Rook takes D6 and okay, there is.
No, there is this 5 moves rule, no?
Yeah,
There's
there's
what?
5 rule. No, I mean here you can shake hands, but there was suddenly like, oh, there's a rook on the board, so.
Oh, ha ha ha. That'd be clever.
Sorry.
No, I was
Ah.
actually thinking that so many openings, like even Berlin, I wanted to like go to the starting position.
Yeah. What was your big idea in the Berlin? I was actually trying to find one for white and I couldn't.
Yeah, so okay, put Berlin. So knight f knight c6, bishop b knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, d3. So let's say bishop c5. I think d6 is probably better choice, but bishop c5 I play c3. And now already okay, you have to play d6 move order, yeah, because if you play something normal like let's say d5 or castle, yeah, I take on e5, knight e5.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's castles.
And castle and bishop c6 and d4. There are like, different ways to make a draw here. I mean, it shows 0.00, good
What's that?
compensation
Okay.
and everything. No, not here. Sorry, first you castle. Sorry, Sagar, I think it's first castle.
But even here,
Even here. No, there was
Okay,
this,
so,
what was this line where,
normally it's knight takes c6. Normally it's d4, I thought, but
yeah, d4 here, yeah. No, there is
Okay,
this line where black even sacrifices a queen on e5 and then there are some perpetuals.
okay, but how is this? So say bishop d6.
Bishop d6, I think it's,
Yeah, this is what I gave: knight c6 and queen e8, e5.
yeah, queen e8, e5, exactly.
I gave this for chessable and just claimed compensation. Queen c6,
Queen c6, okay, takes.
e d6, queen d6.
No, not e6, sorry. First you have to castle.
Yeah, the castle.
Queen c6,
So
castle,
then
knight
knight
g4.
g4, e
Yeah,
d6,
queen
d6.
d6. It's compensation. It's 0.00. But the problem is,
on down.
Like I can't bail into opposite bishop positions. Like
I could not clean it. Like I was going through it and I thought maybe you'll prepare this. And I could not clean this line.
yeah.
Like, it shows 0.00, but anyway, it's pawned down. Just like in the
Yeah.
Catalan. Okay, I know I'm just dragging this, but
No, it's interesting, yeah.
yeah, d4, knight
Yeah.
f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5, g3. If I play bishop e7, like the old classical main line, like
Yeah, I
bishop
was checking this as well. It's clever.
Castle?
Castle at
d4
95.
and knight e5. So
Yeah,
d4
95.
and knight e5. Knight c6.
Yeah.
This is supposedly the best.
I was thinking of this as well, yeah.
You take on c6 and take on e7.
And queen f4.
And you play queen c2. I think queen c2 is probably more precise.
What's wrong with c5 now?
Now c5, then dc5, it's an unpleasant position.
Really?
I think
Queen
so.
c2, they go e5, right?
Queen c2, they go e5, exactly. Queen c2, they go
But
e5.
isn't this just worse for black after queen c2 e5?
I thought queen a4 c5 and queen c2 c5. That was the
Do I not remember the thing? Is this d takes c5? What the hell?
Queen
queen
e5.
e5, queen c4, bishop
F4?
Queen
e6.
c4, bishop e6. This
Yeah,
is
but bishop f4. The queen e5, I got bishop f4 now, right?
no, sorry, it's other way around. It's queen a4 e5.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Queen a4.
Yeah,
you want
sorry.
to play.
Yeah,
Versus
it's
black
queen
to play
a4.
e5.
Oh,
Queen f4 c5, you have queen a3. So queen
Yes.
a4, you have to do e5.
Yeah, queen
And
a4
then this
e5.
one here, d takes e5, queen takes e5, queen takes c4, and for best as black is bishop e6, bishop f5.
Exactly.
I prepared this for today as well, actually.
Same. So I realized in Catalan I cannot do this. Yeah.
but actually
Well, I
after
mean, it's
bishop
not like you
e6,
can't play this position after queen d3, but like,
Yeah.
queen d3, knight d5.
Knight d5. I even checked knight d5. There was some game.
And f5, Grigori maybe.
Yeah. But there are other lines, I think, even with queen c2. Like there are different ways where white can try.
yeah.
And you have to always be bothered about this favorable draw.
Yeah, no, I thought this Catalan was an interesting try, but in general, I was looking, I thought like the Sicilian was very natural for black. It's not so easy for white. Like, if you look at the Najdorf, for example, like what white is generally trying to do is be aggressive and sacrifice all the pieces. That's where all the draws are, and bishop g5, and that's not going to work. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't find any ways in the Najdorf that were bothering me, so I thought it made a lot of sense to play this way.
Yeah, like thanks to this system, my repertoire also became more classical and solid. Because I cannot give pawns. Yeah, I cannot play for compensation. So it has to be like very, very.
But yeah, but it's interesting
classical.
because mine became, well, I've always been sort of aggressive, but like, yeah, I was like, I'm not touching my e-pawn. Let's go. I mean, so.
Knight of my big idea was to go for this Navarro Ita check, basically. This is what I was hoping for. I mean, there are several ways for black, but I thought at least, some venom.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. This was a really interesting match. And of course, congratulations. Yeah.
Before you leave, I think we have Venceslav who's joined us.
Okay,
so
lovely.
maybe we can have him here.
Venceslav, who's joined us.
Okay, lovely.
Maybe we can have
Hello,
him here.
Venceslav.
Venceslav, who's joined us. Okay,
Hi, Venceslav, can you would you like to keep your camera like in the horizontal mode or?
Yeah, you can leave the camera on.
Okay. But no, it's right now a little bit vertical. You may have to shift the orientation. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
There
Very
we go.
good.
That's right.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
Okay, that's fine now. Yes.
We also have the players here. How did you enjoy the match, Venceslav?
It was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
And learned a lot about my own system.
Yeah.
What did you learn? Like what was in your mind when you devised this, and what has changed after this match?
When I devised the system, my main idea was that more draws will be counted as favored draws, so there will be like decided games. But then it turned out that this possibility complicates thinking for players, and eventually they have to decide what they want. And very frequently they are continuing the game, and it turned out that the number of decided games is actually increased because there are many wins.
Yeah. Cool.
That's kind of unexpected.
Yeah, that's definitely how I felt. There were 2 games I think I could have made a draw, but it would have been an unfavored draw, and I tried too hard to get a normal position and lost. But yeah, this was actually a really interesting match. I can't remember ever enjoying losing like this, but it helped that sort of today I brought some version of my old self and, I fought to an even score. So it's not like it was only yesterday that went so badly, but yeah, I mean, this was really interesting match. I definitely enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, same here. I think for me, even the preparation part was very interesting. Like for the first time when I was preparing against opponent, I did not look a single game that Sam played because it doesn't make sense. It's really, you have to think which opening might work and which might not work.
So out of curiosity, if I had played e4, what would you have played?
Berlin. But
Okay,
with bishop b5, some sort of, d6 kind of system. Not
That's what I
bishop.
was. Yeah, I figured as much, but yeah.
Another important point is that players can no longer escape into draws. There was one situation when white was able to sacrifice the knight on g7 and
Oh, yeah.
but that would be unfavored draw. So that's
Yeah.
what happened in the game.
Yeah,
But
there's
also
no
wasn't-
way, no? No, it was in this Catalan, like we were just
It
analyzing.
was in the one I won where I can go knight f5, queen c7, knight takes g7. But okay,
yes.
I thought I was better anyway there, so I didn't really seriously. I don't think that would have changed much. But
I
yeah.
thought in the
There's
last
no
game, if I
way-
hold the fortress, I thought that was very good chance, but I could not hold it. Yeah, somehow the breaks came in.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking I'm playing for a win at that point.
Yeah,
not
no,
I'm
for sure, for sure.
playing- Right.
Another question for you all. If you have a bad position, in that sense that you offer a draw and then you have disfavored draw, is that psychologically better than trying to play on and eventually resign?
Yeah, I mean, not only psychologically, but also energy-wise and points on the board-wise. I mean, if you can just make a disfavored draw immediately, that's better than playing for a long time and losing. But it's sort of hard in your mind to be like giving up like that, and it's like, yeah, there's still some game left and I'm just giving my opponent 3-1. I mean, doesn't feel great.
Somehow I thought that you might consider this as psychologically advantageous because in your mind you are offering a draw.
Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah, like
was,
for example, Sam, if you had spotted that, in this, where I had this rook, bishop, and 3 pawns, you can get into this wrong color bishop, yeah? Like you could take both the f pawns.
Yeah.
If you had spotted rook f4, would you have played it or not?
Yes, absolutely. Because among other things, once you have set up with f4 and f2 and h4, just put your king on a8 and move back and forth forever, and you'll always get a
True.
favored draw. If so, at that point, I was just thinking, how can I get there? And if I had realized how dangerous this was, like, surely I should have just traded rooks on d8, and then it's just unfavored draw immediately. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, that was the biggest game where I think this format played in, because that game absolutely is drawn under normal circumstances, and as is Surya 1.
Yeah.
So
I did think that this format, just looking at this match, that the basic calculation that we have about chess changes a little bit in the way that we sometimes assume that after a calculation this position is drawn, because we don't consider other factors like the material. So
Yes,
right.
in some sense, I did think that that kind of calculation will change a lot in this format because the material imbalance kind of affects the score.
yeah.
Agreed. The only thing that I was concerned, as I was saying, if I have to play immediately a normal classical match, suddenly, the calculation can also become in a real game. You start to think, oh, wait, this is a draw, but I'm a pawn down. Oh, no, I'm not playing that. I'm playing classical chess. So that could be tricky. But it was very fighting, I felt. It was very, very
Yeah.
fighting.
fighting match.
Yeah.
No dull games.
No, so many ups and downs. I think if we also stop the games after, I don't know, 20 moves with evaluation, Sam would probably win 80% of the games.
Yeah, but okay, at the same time in Rapid, what matters is like sort of how sharp you are when there's not so much time. And even though I was, I think, preparing a bit better and for the most part getting better positions, you were certainly executing better with the low time. I mean, this classical Sicilian game where I went from completely winning to mated in 5 moves in a time scramble, that was pretty tough, right?
Yeah.
I think Surya, you managed your time very well. I think that was one of your key. I think.
You played very fast.
Yeah, but Sagar, I told you this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was listening to Kramnik, and he said you can either play slow or play bad. You cannot do both. And I have tried. I realized even if I think I'll still play bad, so at least it's better to play fast. I can at least control one part.
There you go. Yeah, I probably should have played faster, but that's how it goes.
Fantastic.
from my point of view, it's definitely instructive to listen to you because you have so many insights and I can understand what you are saying, but I cannot reproduce this kind of thinking during my own games.
Yeah.
I was my whole life around 2000 or maybe 2100. That's all that I could accomplish.
Sure.
But,
But you've done
Vences-
great things. You've done great things in other places, and we have not. So, no.
But life.
Yeah, also you've made a new scoring method which could become very popular in the days to come. So congratulations.
Yeah, I would like to see a tournament scored like this. It would have to be unrated, but like I would love to play in a tournament like this.
Yeah, actually.
This would be fun.
Well, there are some financial issues, definitely.
Of course, but
Great. Well, thank you, guys, Surya, Sam, for playing this,
yeah. So
fighting so hard.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Sagar and Harshit, also to to
yeah,
comment.
lovely to see all of you guys, and yeah, this was fun. Glad I won a game.
Yeah, thank you very much for interesting comments also, and the conversations during the game. That was instructive to follow. And I have a little request for you when you are, let's say, in Budapest or when you meet other chess players, mention to them that we have an alternative scoring system. If they are willing to learn more, they can find a lot of information on the internet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
Sure. Thank you,
Definitely.
Venceslav, for doing this.
Yeah,
Right.
thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks so
inviting
much.
me.
This was a pleasure. I wish I could have played better, but it was a real pleasure.
Okay, cool. Guys,
Yeah.
see you and
Thank
bye.
you. Thanks a
Bye,
lot.
Harshit. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for the
You.
commentary
Thanks a lot.
and see you all.
Bye-bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, that was the match. Very interesting, and I hope that we will have more tournaments of the Venceslav Rutar scoring method, because it produced a lot of fighting chess, and in the end we had 26 points for Surya and 11 points for Sam. So quite a convincing win for Surya Ganguly. For now, this is Sagar Shah signing off, guys. Thank you all for following. Bye bye.